Hello. Hello there. All right, HondaJet time. I'm ready. I'm ready to hit 4 buttons and then be at my destination airport. It's gonna be great. I don't know. I don't even feel like there's any work to flying this thing. It's got. I flew it a couple times yesterday and the day before. What's up, Diesel? We'll see how it goes. Give it a few minutes for you guys to connect if you want to fly along. Yeah, this thing is insane. This thing is very automated. You don't even have to turn lights on it. Just all the lights turn on automatically. It's totally crazy. Hey, Raccoon, what's up? Am I flying? What's up, Pirate? Am I flying the E2? Wait, what is the E2? I'm looking up the E2 right now. Oh, it's an Embraer? There's an E2 Hawkeye. I don't think that's what you're talking about. Oh, Embraer E-Jet? Wait, is that Embraer 190 E2 series for Microsoft Flight Simulator? What's up, Titanic? Oh, is this new? This is a big plane. Oh, auto throttle version. Wait, is there a non-auto throttle version of the H-Jet? I've just picked the H-Jet. I've picked a few liveries and all of them have had auto throttle in it. I didn't know are one of the liveries different? Like, is there a different configuration? I was gonna ask if you guys knew about the differences between the different liveries. Like, some of them say light, and I don't know what that means. Just a random GPU over there. But no matter which livery I've chosen so far, I haven't noticed a difference in the inside. So I'm not sure, maybe there's a... Oh, you changed it in the FMS. I knew I would learn something within 2 minutes of starting the stream. I haven't done any configuration changes, but let me take a look.
Coal status information: hotel 1434, wind 163 degrees at 3 knots, visibility 10 statute miles, sky condition clear, temperature 12 dew point 7, altimeter 300.
I just happen to be on an ATIS frequency on COM2.
Landing runway
my COM2 is not active.
Departure runway 24. Advise you have information.
There we go. Oh, that's your GPU. Oh. That did look kind of random. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, let me check out the FMS then. Is it under utilities? Haven't really been too deep into these menus yet. Sim options. I think this is gonna mess up my.
From 282.99
oh, what, you can show passengers? Oh, E2 mode, I see it. Okay. Something I noticed is it doesn't really save the settings. Maybe these settings will count. I should show the 3D passengers then. And I have not opened any of the doors at all. That was kind of abrupt. Let me see. Does it actually animate it? Oh yeah, it does. Nice. What else do we got? Cabin shades. Nice, that's cool. Easy. Oh, E2 mode. I was gonna read it as easy mode. So if I turn this off, does the auto throttle button disappear? Oh, it does, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, speed selection. So that turns into just speed selection for flight level change mode. Instead of the regular group flying this weekend, could I do rate people's landings? I don't know that I would enjoy that myself. I do try to get ahead of you guys to see you guys come in, but if everybody really wants to do like a landing challenge somewhere crazy, we could do that where I chill and wait for you guys to come in for your landing, so at least we can all watch each other land on the stream. You'd imagine it's a light version of fewer details. Yeah, I don't know. What's up, Mike? What's up, Delta? Alright, so I'm gonna keep easy mode on, E2 mode, aka if you zoom out far enough, it looks like it says easy mode. I prefer easy mode. Let's put on the static elements. I haven't really I don't really do like the whole walk around thing normally. Oh, nice. Cover. You got little turbine engine covers. We got all of the remove before flight flags here. I assume those are pitot tubes, like an AOA indicator or AOA instrument, whatever you call that thing. Give me a few more weeks, I'll know what all this stuff is called. What else do we got over here? Anything else looks the same? Oh, is that the cargo? What the heck? Am I supposed to get in there? Man, that seems like a pain to load that thing. I guess you're just putting bags in there for the most part. Maybe an extra passenger. You hate the visibility? Yeah, I noticed the, the whole cowling's open. Oh, that's extra storage. Oh, nice. Of course it's extra storage. There's no engine there. So used to the engine being in the front. Alright, let's turn all that off. GPU's on. Let's see what the 3D passenger thing means. I'm gonna have to go back and start tracking again. An on-air company. Who let this kid on? He's sleeping. He's so bored. Children. We haven't even done anything. The kid is just out cold. He's very bored. Goofy. NSX style? Wait, isn't that a car at the NSX? Oh yeah. The Acura NSX. I remember that thing. Alright, I already got this set up in on-air company, so you guys don't have to watch me go do the on-air thing. So I got my employees set up. We're at Flora Municipal. It's in Illinois. I just found an HJet that was available and rented one here. I know one of you lives in Flora, Illinois, no doubt. And we're going to go to the east over here to Huntington, West Virginia. That's where my job is taking me. To earn some bucks here. Should be a short-ish flight. This one's only, it says 59 minutes. Once we're in the air, we're going to cruise at our ceiling of 41,000. And I'm pretty sure to get this thing started, all I have to do is like turn on the engines and then turn on the cabin oxygen is already on. We basically just like turn the engines on, turn the cabin power and the battery on, and then the external power off, I think, and then we're like good to go. We just have to unlock the... It took me way too long to realize that the engine cutoff is here on the throttle. Yeah, then we just put the flaps down, set our V speeds, and then we're like good to go. All right, I already got the sim brief flight plan activated. I'll paste that in the chat. And then get that imported here. Looks like there's no departure. Yeah, no procedures here, just all direct waypoints. We got the Louisville VOR as part of it. How did I get the HJet? I got it in the marketplace. I think I got this when it first came out. I think I flew like once or twice and then stopped, which is, you know, a common thing. I'll just like fly one plane a couple times and then stop. But I know this thing is going to be amazing for VATSIM just because of it climbing so much faster than the Cirrus Vision Jet. It's got much better performance, higher ceiling. So as far as I know, we can fly this on all the turbojet routes, all the turbojet procedures. So, oh, there's a SpaceX launch right now? Heck yeah. I haven't watched one of those for a while, actually. Okay, this is loading Bakersfield because I had that in at one point flying around yesterday. Here's the FOA. One thing I do like is how big this center screen is. So if I go and turn this to full screen, if we ever get a landscape chart too, like in a landscape orientation, it just fills the whole screen and it looks awesome. And I think, what was I doing before? I think I just had the PFD split last time I flew this, which was that yesterday or the day before? I think it was 2 days ago. I like split the PFD over here. There we go. Yeah, and I just used the navigation map over here, which was pretty nice. And then I just left this full screen on charts. Then I don't have to deal with like Navigraph externally. I'm going to go ahead and close. Yeah, I'm going to close my Navigraph app completely, which is kind of scary. Do that and see how it goes just using everything in the cockpit here. And then, okay, I do need to use this. Okay. I really like this full screen, but I also like having my VNav profile. And a lot of this flight, we're not really pulling up departure and arrival procedures for this flight, so this will be blank most of the time. And maybe this isn't the best way. I like the inset map as well. And I also like not moving between this screen and this screen with one touchpad. Yeah, let me make this not split anymore. I'll keep the... Oh yeah, and then there's map range here on the soft keys. Alright, I think that'll work. And then over here I can split this one and do charts on one and map on the other. This will be kind of our... Well, we won't get VNav on this one either then. Yeah, I feel like every time I've used this, which has just been a few times, I have to reset all of these settings every time. Like, go to north up, turn the inset window on. I wish it would save these settings. All right, and then, yeah, and what's weird about this thing, I realized this, let's see, this doesn't change, let's see. Yeah, this left soft button kind of in and out, this knob is for the current one, and to switch panes, I had to like click and drag it to the left or right. We'll switch from one pane to another within the MFD. It's a little weird, but yeah, that's fine, I guess. So much detail. All right, terrain to relative. Let's turn detail all the way down, almost all the way down. Their airports is good. All right, so we are. You can zoom in pretty well on this too. It's not, the quality's not too bad because the screen's kind of big. All right, let's do 120.175. Let's pretend like we're doing VATSIM for a second. To 175? Yeah. See if FSHud has ATIS for us. Nope, doesn't sound like it does. I think last time I did this, I went in here. Yeah, that's one downside. FSHud only has ATIS for like bigger airports, I think, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. I have to go in and just turn on the Microsoft Flight Sim 1 just so I can get something if I want to do it manually. Sound, I'll turn Azure back on. Now I can monitor.
Kilo Foxtrot Oscar Alpha, automated weather observation 1400 Zulu. Wind 22
All right, I'll get this started while we're waiting.
Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 10C, dew point 10C, altimeter 3005.
All right, 3005.
Until you land and shut down the engines.
The engine started up. 3005. A Barrow. IAS in heading mode. We're gonna fly up to 41,000. All right, that's all on. Let's see if we can go battery on, right? I guess I should have done battery on first and then external power off after that. That's like all we have to do to start this thing up. All right, flaps to takeoff position, and then under utilities, or actually before that, it's not in utilities, it's just speed bugs. You can just go get from sim and it'll automatically check your weight and balance and fuel and everything and set your rotation, all your V speeds for you, which seems amazing. Same with the approach speeds in this one. You can just hit get from sim and it'll calculate based on all your, current weight. I don't know if it takes, yeah. Anyway, all right, 113 on our rotate. I'll just hit B to sync this one. There we go, 3005. And we're just going all the way up. I notice if you turn the altitude selected knob, it'll do it in thousands if you move it quickly. And then if I use the little shortcut I have on my Bravo throttle quadrant, it only does hundreds. There we go. So this has some kind of acceleration when you use it here on the knob itself, which is great. I think everything else is basically automatic. So oxygen is on. Everything else is set in normal. I'm pretty sure we don't need anti-ice until we see CAS messages that say anti-ice. There's actually... Okay, they're showing yellow, but as far as I know, we leave that off until we really need it. All right, an estimated runway 21, which is behind me to the right, so we're gonna go that way. Okay, parking brake is off. All the lights are automatic for us, so let's request our clearance here. Forgot I was using FSHud for a second. And is this untowered? Yeah, Unicom. All right, this is untowered, so we're just going ahead and taking off on our own, and our co-pilot will get our clearance going when we're in the air. All right, let's go over to runway 21, which is on the northeast. Northeast side of the part of the field here. Is there a taxiway? I'm not sure. Looks like there's kind of just parking, and it looks like it just goes straight out to the runway. Got a nice little S turn on the little S turn here. Slow down a little bit for you guys. Wait for you guys to get taxiing as well. What do we got? Based and Tripper here with me. Wait, how is it? Was this always up there? What the? Look at this little guy. Was that considered a passenger? This guy's just constantly uneasy. He's got his hand up like we just hit some turbulence. He's like, oh, oh. Where's the TBM? It's in the garage, you know. It's being waxed and babied like the beautiful plane it is. All right, parking brake is off. This thing is insane because the lights automatically turn on at all phases of flight. It just does everything. Yep, in the garage. It does everything for us. Oh, the little wings bobble on this? I didn't even know you could turn that thing on. All right, we're gonna probably run into each other here as we back taxi together. Or we taxi over here to 2-1. Yeah, I want to try the, I've been trying the HondaJet a little bit, but want to fly it a little more so I can use it on VATSIM either Thursday or over the weekend. Probably do it on Thursday. I feel like I've been mostly doing VATSIM on Thursday's stream. So I do have the auto throttle version going. Sounds kind of scary to not use the auto throttle in this. Kid in the backseat doesn't look well. He's unconscious, it's fine. This isn't even a medical flight, so he'll have to wait for the next one. He'll be alright. Alright, we got a Vision Jet. 2 HondaJets and a Vision Jet. Alright, I don't think, I haven't used the toga button actually. The last time I took off I didn't use toga, so maybe I should this time and see how that goes. Alright, just take off, gives us a pitch up. And I have my auto throttle ready. I don't think I'm missing anything. Just sync the heading bug straight ahead. We've got our altitude selection in. And I'm guessing once I get up, I'm going to need to put in flight level change mode and put it back in heading mode. Usually I don't use toga mode because all it does is give me a pitch up on the flight director. And the takeoff config message doesn't yell about it either, so... Oh, right. Speaking of takeoff config, need my pitch trim up to about 4 degrees. That green band's between 3.5 and 4.5, I think. But I think if you use flaps in takeoff position, you're supposed to be more around 4 to 4.5. Let's do 4.0, see how that does. And rotation 113. And check if takeoff config is good now. All right, let's go. 114 for rotate. First time flying the Vision Jet. Oh, dude, you're gonna be fine. You got auto throttle in that thing too. I love that plane. It is fun. There's 80 knots. 90. Oh my God, is this runway long enough for us? 110. All right, gears up. It's 300 AGL. That 8 is coming on in the perfect time. 500 AGL. All right, let's try autopilot, and then it's still in takeoff. So if I hit auto throttle, okay, auto throttle set in takeoff. This is, I haven't done this before. Okay, auto throttle, it says takeoff here instead of climb, and then it says 1 knot, which I don't like. We're gonna hit flight level change, there we go. And we'll go to heading mode. And let me get rid of this. Alright, there we go. What? Now the FSHud ATC is online.
At 3 knots, visibility 10 statute miles, sky condition clear, temperature 12.
Alright, we're gonna turn over here onto course.
001 transition, altitude 18,000, transition level, flight level.
Alright, I gotta turn this off. I'm gonna turn off the Acture one now. Or Azure, sorry. Acture.
Coles ATC, information, India.
Okay, we're on Coles ATC.
163 degrees.
Alright, change that. See if our co-pilot picks up the ATC responsibilities soon. Oh, what? I didn't put my flaps up. I could have sworn I put my flaps up. Now the flaps are really up. I think flaps can go up. Is it 135 knots? I think is when the flaps go up. But gears up, and this thing's gonna climb like crazy. I think I have it set in maximum climb rate. I think by default it's let's see, under the VNAV, I think it does like, does it do 200 knots, I think, for the default? Maximum 210. Okay, what was the cruise climb? 260 for cruise climb. And then maximum rate climb. Let's do the cruise climb. And, oh, I have it on, I don't have it on FMS. Okay, all right. So the FMS speed selection does not remember the setting either. So each time you have to change from manual to FMS. This is where we say bye to Raccoon, because I know that the Vision Jet can only go up to 31,000, and it climbs at like 1,500 feet per minute. All right, it's just pitching down to pick up speed. I think when I have it on maximum climb, we climb at like 3,000 to 4,000 feet per minute. I'm pretty sure. All right, let me do the maximum rate climb again. Let this thing power up. All right, let me turn over onto course too. Not a bad idea to fly where we're supposed to fly. 6,000 feet per minute. Little bit of a tailwind. All right, yeah, it's settling down now. Okay. I mean, obviously after the turn, it'll increase a bit more, but there's 10,000 feet. The lights go off automatically, which is amazing. All right, 3,000 feet per minute. As we finish these turns, let's see where we get. Yeah, I'm not sure that the takeoff button is good to use most of the time. I feel like it just resets my autopilot settings, so then I have to reset up heading mode, flight level change mode. But I also had it in manual speed mode on the FMS over here. So I don't, and it showed takeoff 1 knot. But that might have been because I was in manual mode over here instead of FMS for the auto throttle speed. What's up, James? I love your videos. A schoolmate, I'm 58, is a British Airways A380 captain. Me, X-Plane 1112 in Flight Sim 2020. Dude, I feel like I have, well, my partner, she flies, and we have some, I know some people through her that also fly, and I'm just the sim person who still hasn't taken a discovery flight. So I've been studying a little bit though. Trying to learn some real world, get some real world knowledge. I mean, you know, arguably I have some real world knowledge, whatever you want to, however you want to call that, but not from any real world experience. But yeah, I'm sure that there's just so much to learn. I've been learning about just engines and fuel and, you know, just the fundamentals, kind of refreshing my memory on the stuff that I briefly learned a while ago. All right, already at 15,000. So we're climbing at 2,800 feet per minute. Trip is right behind us at 12,000. And it looks like we're going direct. Elio? And we don't have a star, a SID or a star on this, but we will bring up the approach plate once we figure out what we're doing. And looks like on an FSHud, it does not seem to understand what's going on. It thinks we're supposed to be 9,000 meters behind where we are. I think it wanted me to take off on runway 03, and we took off on runway 21. Yeah, it wanted me to take off on 3. I'm changing that. Let's see if it'll pick it up now. There we go.
Radar contact. Proceed direct to Leo. Then as filed, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Oh, 400. Okay, we'll do
Proceed direct to Leo.
400.
Climb and maintain flight level 400, November 4930 Sierra.
All right, 400.
633, fly heading 190, cleared ILS, approach at 2000, runway 18 left, report established on localizer.
That is not us, that's somebody else. Okay. Hiding AI traffic messages. All right.
Report established on localizer.
Let me split this back and...
November 4930 Sierra, contact
That's us.
Center, 128.
All right, they're passing us over to Indy Center now. Gotta say I like your G... oh, hey, Seth, what's up? What's up, Kevo? I gotta say I like your G1000 stuff. Bit of an X-Plane Zebo mod. I don't know what that is. What's a Zebo mod? Carry on. Regards from the UK. Well, thanks for dropping by, James.
Climbing flight level 400.
How was my Destiny run over the weekend? I sometimes miss it. Looking forward to Final Shape. Yeah, I just played for a few hours with my buddies. We hadn't done the seasonal stuff, so we played. Yeah, we just played through the seasonal steps. I think we're done with the seasonal content now. And now Festival of the Lost is starting. They're playing tonight. I love the game. I actually think I'm more interested in what Bungie does with Destiny after the Final Shape than I am interested in what the final shape is going to be like. But I think, I don't know, I have faith. I think they're going to kill it. Crota's End was awesome, and I think they're going to make up for mistakes with Lightfall. But yeah, I just love Destiny. There's really nothing like it. There's no shooter. There's no game that feels as good to play as far as shooters go, I don't think, than Destiny. I think the PvP is really dumb. I wish PvP didn't exist, and they put all that time into more PvE content. But you know, I know some people love PvP. I just think it's kind of silly to have in such a PvE focused game. But Zebo mod's an enhanced 737NG. Oh, nice, awesome, man. Yeah, I don't have any qualms with the X-Plane. I tried X-Plane 12 when it came out. And I started with X-Plane 11, but like 3 months into that was when Flight Sim 2020 came out. So I switched over. Yeah, whatever people like playing, you know? And we can all see each other in VATSIM, so who cares, right? Once we're all in VATSIM, it doesn't matter what you're using. Same goes with OnAir Company. It's also sim agnostic, so. What's up, Arco? New sub here, ran into your channels looking for on-air tutorials. Oh, awesome. I'm using it right now, just kind of as a glorified route finder today. I do need to go and bring supplies to my base camp, though. It's definitely running out. I started building a second, if I go to industries.
6508, descend 4000.
Oh, that's not us yet, right?
Descend 4000, 650.
No, we're 30 Sierra. I'm just letting the HJet just do its thing. Anyway, I did build a second. Right here, I built a second hunting camp at my base camp, and I still have food, which is hunting gear and food supplies here, which is great. But I'll need to bring in more staff. I just need to find 3 more hunter contractors to bring here. And look, I have 51 raw meat stored right now. So I'm going to have to, ferry some of this stuff over and sell it, and then also bring 3 more hunter contractors over. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do that on Thursday's stream, but maybe I'll probably end up doing VATSIM on Thursday's stream. And then maybe I'll save on-air company base camp stuff for the weekend and a group flight on the weekend. Anyway, to read the rest of your message, you said, Arco says, I'm currently running with the TBM 850. KPVU. Don't know which airport that is offhand. Great tutorials and content in general. Thanks a lot, dude. Greetings from St. Louis. Well, thanks for dropping by. I was going to say Seattle, but I think you mean St. Louis. I'm not the best with the airport codes. Just got the A330 working. Who's made the, what is the latest A330? Is that the LVFR one or something? Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, did that just come out yesterday? I was reading some of the, like, controversy on Reddit or whatever. Yeah, haven't tried it myself just because I'm not super huge on the airliners. I did get the PMDG 730. Was it? I got the 737-700, but not the 800. Oh, Trip, you got the 737-800. Darn cool jet felt. So heavy on the controls. Yeah, I think I made a mistake and I got the 700. I think most people get the 800. Dusted off the 172 today. Joined OnAir company. Nice. Are you still in the trial, Pirate? If you do buy it, I always recommend getting like the 1-year subscription or 2-year, because you're gonna pay way less monthly, and you'll just forget about. You know, it'll cost you like $30 for a year. It's like not a big deal. Less than a PMDG plane. Provo, Utah. Oh, you're in St. Louis. And flying out of Utah sounds pretty nice. Just anywhere in that area, like Utah, Colorado, just more mountainous terrain is probably real fun. I was flying in California for way too long, so everything is just relatively flat out there when I'm just flying along the coast all the time. And there's some decent terrain there, but it's not. And the weather is always the same. It's just not super interesting. Pacific Northwest is going to be way better. But yeah, I've been flying towards the East Coast recently and like the Midwest with my base camp stuff. I was in like Ohio, and then we flew up to like Detroit, Michigan. Pilot to ATC. You pretend to ATC via AI. Pretends to speak to a pretend pilot. I've tried Pilot to ATC as well because they have it for Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't think any of them are like way better than the other ones. I tried, what did I try? Pro ATC with the speech recognition. I tried what I'm using right now, FSHud and Pilot to ATC. They're all kind of all right. I think I prefer FSHud just because the interface is really simple. It's just got a few buttons to hit. It injects its own AI traffic and stuff. But I think it's only for Microsoft Flight Sim. Scenery's fantastic. That's why I went to the base. Oh, nice. Midwest is too flat. Used to live in New England. I think I'm just enjoying that the weather is different more than anything. Should probably check on this flight that we're doing here. Okay, 72 nautical miles to that VOR. What's the name of that VOR? Oh yeah, Louisville. I don't know if it's Louisville or Louisville. Louisville. It matters like which state you're in, right? Airway. We have no procedures here. We should probably do a little research on our destination. I take it really casually, so don't judge me on any of this stuff. Whenever I'm doing an on-air company, it's just more about getting there than it is doing anything real world-ish or taking it too seriously. I save that for my VATSIM flights. The first time I flew the HondaJet, I was having some crazy like pitch up problems with it, like pitching up to like 30-40 degrees. Maybe it was just because I had the FMS on manual or the speed selection on manual instead of FMS, and I was trying to use auto throttle. But anyway, we're at flight level 350 almost. We're gonna go up to flight level 400. Let's check the weather at our destination here at Huntington, which is in West Virginia. Winds are calm, overcast at 4,700. And 3010. I don't think I can do a pre-selector on this, right? Oh, I'm not even in standard. Yeah, I don't think we can do... Yeah, no pre-selector on this like we can do in the Vision Jet. You got sunstroke in California in 1981. Dude. I'm sure it's even hotter now. Things only seem to be getting hotter. What is it here right now? It was like almost 90 today, I think.
5685. Contact Kansas City Center. 127.8.
All right, that's us. Oh no, that's not us. Sorry, that's not us. What was it here today? I think it was supposed to be pretty hot today, but I didn't go out. I got coffee this morning. That's the last time I went outside. I was only 81 today. What is the nearest airport? We got Kilo Hotel November Bravo to our south. We're about to pass by. HNB. It's like disco. Go to the map over here. Why is this one not letting me? Wait, these are independent now. What's happening? Sometimes the GTCs are like independent, and sometimes they're not.
2610 cleared pop-up X-ray Victor,
And sometimes
Charlie
it
Hotel,
doesn't
Echo
want
Romeo
to
India
zoom.
for arrival.
Why isn't this zooming in and out?
Cleared pop-up X-ray Victor,
Not
Charlie
sure what's
Hotel,
going here.
Echo
What is
Romeo
going on
India,
here?
Arrival 2610.
MFD. Oh, was I not selected on the map? Okay, I'm on that now. Now I'm trying to flick this to the left to select the map. And it's not letting me select the map. I don't know what's going on. Alright, we're just going to use this for the chart then, and I'll just use the inset map. There, this is our map. That's all we need. This and our flight plan screen. And then I'll just leave this on charts, I guess. Alright, this is our rival airport. Oh, no, it's not. That's Bakersfield. What? Here's our rival airport at Huntington. Runway 30 and 12. ATIS is 125.2. See if we can get that in. 25.2 transfer. And it just matters if FSHud is going to support it or not. We're almost at flight level 400. 1,000 to go. There's our little alert there for selected altitude. What is the cruise speed? I believe is it cruise Mach 0.72 in this? Let me double check. I think it's 0.72. VNAV cruise, yeah, 0.72, 270 knots indicated, or Mach 0.72 once we're up this high. Is 72 our maximum operating speed, or 270 our max operating speed? I don't know that this shows it. This just shows gear and flaps at 200 and 160. Maneuvering is 200. I don't know that I know the max operating speed. Maybe it is 270. Anyway, Mach 0.72. We're at 0.57 right now, about to level off. See how fast we can get. We got 22 knot tailwind, but 63 knots from the left. That's super fun. Ground speed is 357 right now, but we're only indicating 170 knots so far.
Indianapolis,
See how this goes.
864, inbound Echo Alpha Sierra Echo Lima at flight level 220.
864,
Yeah, this thing is so automated that I feel like I get so lazy. I'm just like chilling. I guess that's the nice thing is like you don't even have to think about lights. I'm trying to think, what do you have to set manually in this? Like you import, you import your flight plan, of course. When you start it up, it's like 3 buttons. You just like turn the battery on, hit the start buttons, and move the throttle into idle. You have to do the flaps manually. It does the yaw damper manually, or automatically. After takeoff, it'll arm the yaw damper. And on final, when you're at 50 feet AGL, it'll disable the yaw damper for you. It does all the lights automatically. And then, obviously, if you're using auto throttle, it's handling all that for you, too. Pretty insane. I feel very lazy flying this. I think on the opposite side of that, like getting back into the CJ4 at some point in the next few weeks for VATSIM, I think will be fun and more challenging than like the VisionJet. I feel like VisionJet is great because auto throttle is super helpful. I go a bit faster than, I usually do in like a Grand Caravan. It's got all the bells and whistles, but you're slow enough where you're not really hanging with the airliners. Flying this, I can go almost as fast as the airliners, right? Not almost, but it's comparable. It's comparable. But the VisionJet is not. At least we can do turbojet, SIDS and stars in this thing. Is my APU light lit up on my Bravo? I actually, because I'm really weird, I uninstalled the lighting thing because I never look down at my lights. And my what APU light? Oh, on the warnings, right? On the annunciation lights. I never even look at those. So yeah, I can't tell you unfortunately because I uninstalled that just because I'm so weird with like performance stuff. I'm just like, if I'm not looking down there at the lights, then there's no reason for me to have the software lighting it up. You know, I'm just like, that's taking, you know, 0.002% of one core on my CPU to do that. So I'm going to turn it off.
Indianapolis Center, 7945.1. Departure at 5,000.
Better Bravo lights out, but I just don't look at it, you know? Like, I literally never look down. The only time I look... Actually, even when I'm putting the gear down, I don't even look down. I just move my hand to the right and put the gear down, and then I'm looking over here for the lights, you know?
Proceed direct Snava. Continue climb flight level 220, 7945.
You do the same? You shut down all the windows... Shut down half the windows to run the sim. Yeah, I try to not run things I don't need to run. But at the same time, I have like We Love VFR installed and I have Rex AccuSeason installed, which I don't need either. But anyway, those I look at those things, so I do not look at the Bravo like ever. All of your autopilot lights work. I mean, I was really surprised to see all the lights working on the thing when I hadn't used it in so long, and I installed the plugin again. I mean, it's great. I didn't even realize that the lights on the autopilot section lit up on the buttons. Oh, I hate managing the two windows on this thing. Like, just leave it full. All right. I mean, I know I hit half, but like, I just want to get home now. How do I do that? I don't like the G3000. How do how do I use this one? I don't want to use this one. Do I have to hit half here and then full here? No, how do I do this? Map, full, nope, half, map, left. Left, map, full, not full, full. There we go. I did it. All right, now I'm going back to charts. It's back on our departure. All right, there we go. All right, well, we haven't heard anything from ATC yet. Let me put in the airport elevation and see what our descent looks like. So I'm just going to go in here, waypoint info. Elevation's 828 feet. Let's actually see. That's here, right? It's 878 there, but 828.
Clear Charlie Victor Golf.
Go back to our flight
Delta
plan and put in
Lima Alpha
828
Mike
for a VNAV altitude.
Clear
Right
Charlie
here.
Victor Golf. Delta Lima
Just to
Alpha
see
Mike
our
Alpha
VNAV
Arrival,
profile.
8528.
All right, 8 minutes for our top of descent. All right, let's try to get the... We do have the weather over there. We don't have the ATIS just yet. I tuned in the ATIS over here on COM 2, 125.2, but we don't have that yet. And I'm not sure if we don't have it because of FSHud. So I think I'm going back in to my sound settings again. To see if it's on Azure's side, on the Microsoft side. And monitor. Okay, not yet. Alright, don't have it yet. I'm gonna go turn Azure off again. I would like to just use FSHud and not have to turn on Azure again, but FSHud doesn't have ATIS for small airports. Alright, let's check out some of the camera presets. So something that's weird about the HJet I found is, as far as camera presets go, if I use my hat on my joystick, so this is the default camera position. If I hit up on my hat, we get this good forward view. Actually, I think this is pretty nice. And how it's positioned, you can actually still see your airspeed and your altitude, so that's nice too. And the wind information on the PFD. If I hit down, it just looks down ever so slightly, so we can kind of see the GTC. And then we go down again. Now we're into the instruments. Instrument camera presets.
Runway 30. Report when ready for
ILS 30.
Expect ILS approach runway 30. Report when ready for descent. November 4930 Sierra.
And then once I go through, these are the instrument camera views. This is 1. 2 just shifts to the middle. This is kind of a nice view there. You get the whole autopilot. You get the whole autopilot unit. You get these 2 screens as well. Then we have camera, camera, what is it called? Instrument view? Instrument camera preset number 3 looks down here. And then after that, it takes us, oh no, this is 4, okay. 4 is basically the same as 2, it's just up a little more. But then after this, here's 5. We just start going back into the cockpit, or into the cabin. We got number 5, 6, and then number 7 is a glorious view. There it is. This is a wash your hands reminder, I guess. And then that's it. There's no, I don't think there's an 8 or a 9. Oh, that's 8, I guess. I have to use the keyboard for this one. Control 8 looks out the left window. And there's no control 9 or 0, so. And I feel like I wish one of the presets looked like, kind of like this would be a really good one. So you don't really need these after you start up, but.
Maintain 2,500.
Descend and maintain 2.
Yeah, this is 1. You only really need 1, 2, and 3, I guess. Here's 2, here's 3. Anyway, they said to set up for the ILS, so let's go do that. ILS 30 is what they said. Procedures approach ILS 30. And we'll pick the initial approach fix and load it. And our VNAV, they said to report when we're ready for descent. 21 minutes is our top of descent. Let's go to chart selection. That'll bring up the ILS. All right, so we got the ILS or localizer, runway 30 at Huntington. We got our ATIS, that's already in our COM 2. There's our approach frequency and tower and ground frequencies. Localizer's 108.7. Let's go and look down here at that for 108.7 in our radios. 108.7 is on both. I'm gonna go ahead over here and go to PFD and turn on our bearings for the ILS. Alrighty. Our minimums are 1028, 1028. Let's put that in under utilities. 1028. That's done.
174. Proceed direct.
And we'll go to speed bugs. Make sure these are off. So if you hit on the speed bugs page, you hit get from sim, it's gonna, these are what they were when we departed. But if I hit them now because of our fuel burn, using our fuel, it's gonna be lower. So I'll recalculate them when we're like on final, but it's pretty cool that it does that. All right, so our minimums, yeah, our 200 AGL for our minimums. And our miss approach instructions are climbing right turn to 4,000. And our final approach fix is at HIBT at 2,100 feet. So before then, we'll have a 3,600 restriction. And then here on the profile view, they're going to end up vectoring us in, but I put in Heidi as our initial approach fix, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, Heidi. So we got 3,600 at Heidi and then final approach fix at 2,100. So let's put in 2,100 in no time at all because clicking and dragging this thing moves it in thousands, so it just goes so fast. Bam, 2,100. And they said to report when we're ready for our descent, so we can do that whenever we want. VNAV says 19 minutes until descent, and that's based on a 3-degree flight path angle. We go to descent here. It'll keep us going at our max speed during the descent, 270 knots, or you can define it yourself, I guess. How fast do you want to go? Then we have our speed limits under 10,000 feet and our terminal area speed limit at 200. Cool. Now I could go in, I guess, and put in some... Just want to double check the restrictions here. I could put in some speeds. Like if I want at the... I think Kirk... Is Kirk the base leg? Kirk is the intermediate fix after that. I could tell it to slow down between... I keep wanting to say Haiti, but it's Heidi? Heidi with a T. I'll probably get off auto throttle by the time we get there, but it's kind of neat to put in these speeds here. Oh, it's HibT. I'm just reading it wrong because it's low quality. Either the chart is or my eyes are. Wait, isn't that... Oh, HibT. Okay, it's Heidi here and HibT there. So I could on the base leg. Let's see, we're coming in from the west, right? Let me zoom out a little bit. Here, we're coming in kind of from the southeast-ish. We're going to need to do a reversal here. I think with FSHud, they pretty much never have us do a reversal. And there isn't one depicted on the approach either, so they're probably just going to swing us around from this direction and just get on our final approach course. So if I want, I think in the manual for the HJet or the checklist I saw, it said to get to like 160 knots when you're on, lined up with the final approach course, and then start slowing from there to get your full flaps out. What are the full flaps? 150? 160, sorry, full flaps. Okay, so that's why it has us go down to 160, is just to be able to get fully configured for the landing. So I could just put in 160 down here if I want. But if I put in 160 at like the final approach fix, probably want to be lower than that. I'm going to put in like 140 here. And then at the intermediate fix, I'll put in... I think if I put in 160, it'll slow me down too fast, is what happened to VisionJet. Let's see, initial approach fix, I'm just going to put 200. This is probably way too fast. Anyway, I'm going to end up turning off auto throttle anyway. Sorry, I haven't been looking at chat at all. I've just been like staring at the G3000. All right, flight plan, VNav, descent is in 16 minutes, so we can just chill until then. Oh, don't you manage 5 screens in the egg jet? Yeah. What do we have? Do we have 3 GTCs in the VisionJet? But with just... Aren't there just 2 screens in the VisionJet? Yeah, I think the VisionJet just has 2 screens, but it has 3 GTCs. Touch controllers. Which is kind of intense. I mean, it's really just a skill issue. It's a user error. From before, James said X-Plane versus Flight Sim 2022. In my opinion, ground scenery, or in 2020, Flight Sim 2020. Ground scenery in 2020 is way better. Airport's not quite as good as X-Plane. I think it just matters if you have add-ons or not for the scenery. But yeah, I haven't spent really enough time in X-Plane to know. But for the most part, when I played X-Plane, I just felt like there was so much to customize, and everything was an add-on where. Like, everything that I would want in X-Plane is not an add-on in Flight Sim, like better clouds, better textures, multiplayer, AI traffic. All that stuff is just in Flight Sim 2020. So X-Plane felt just like very lonely to me when I used it. But maybe that's, that's positive for some people, I think. And with planes, like, since Flight Sim 2020 has been out for over 3 years now, it's like the amount of good planes in this sim has just been going up and up and up with all the PMDG stuff, the SimWorks Studio stuff. These Flight FX planes are great. Everybody loves the Comanche, I guess. Not to mention all the improvements the working title team made with like the G1000, the G3000, the 530 and 430. The Proline 21 and the CJ4, like the 747 and 787, like they made so many improvements to all the avionics that the last time I played X-Plane and the add-on I got, the Reality XP G1000 or whatever, the stuff that's in Microsoft Flight Sim blows it away. Like I couldn't even use VNav in that, I don't think. There's just so much capability in Microsoft Flight Sim now, I think it's hard to compete with. Especially how much of it is included for free. It's pretty insane. 2024 is going to be even better. Yep. I mean, you know, it doesn't really matter though. If you enjoy it, then that's good enough, right? Like only you can make that decision. Everybody loves a good Mac versus PC and iPhone versus Android and X-Plane versus Microsoft Flight Simulator argument though, where nobody changes their opinion, but we all like to list off the things we love about it, and that's what's fun about it. You got sideswiped by the wake turbulence by a 737 doing an RNP. Gotta love simming. Yeah, there's wake turbulence in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2 now, right? I was experiencing that when you guys were flying like right next to me. I don't know how it compares to the X-Plane wake turbulence though, but that's awesome. And I haven't done an RNP approach myself just because I stick to GA mostly. So I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure how they compare either, RNP and one sim versus the other. Maxim, if you're in the chat, thanks for the sub, dude. All right, what's our descent timing looking like here? Probably still got 10 minutes left. 13 minutes. Might as well hit the VNav button now. This VNav has a little green indicator here next to it, which is unique. I don't think I've seen this little green dot on any other autopilot panel before. Usually it's just the text on the button itself. No comparison. Just superior. Deuce, you're gonna make people start typing furiously in the chat if you keep that up. Oh hey, we're getting ATIS.
Expect visual approach. Runway 23.
I wish I could split that mic left and right or something.
700 feet, temperature
Expect visual approach. Runway 23. Report when ready for descent.
We're gonna have to listen to this a second time while we hear the ATIS, or the ATIS as it says.
Ready for descent.
Departure runway 30. Advise you have information Lima.
Okay, Lima.
Descend 1000.
TRI State Ferguson ATIS
Descend
information
1000
Lima.
2394.
1528 wind calm visibility 10 statute miles. Sky condition overcast 4,700 feet temperature 12 dew point 7 altimeter 3010 transition altitude 18,000 transition level flight level 190 landing runway 30 departure runway 30 advise you have information Lima.
All right, we got Lima. Excellent.
TRI State Ferguson ATIS information Lima.
There we go. All right, we got information Lima. Winds are calm, 10 miles of visibility, overcast at 4,700 AGL, and altimeter's 3010 when we need it. They're landing runway 30, which is what we got the ILS for. So we got that pulled up here, and we're going to expect a bunch of vectoring because we're coming in from kind of the southwest-ish. So they're going to have to turn us around like a good, I don't know, 120 degrees, something like that.
6277. Descend 5000.
Descent 5000, 6277.
That's somebody else. We are, it's our registration number again. 4930 Sierra, which is a OnAir company assigned one. We're spraying the people of America with our chemtrails, of course. This is how we make most of our money, is through the secret government program of chemtrail spraying, obviously. The on-air paychecks just don't cut it. So this is how we have to get by. Bigly. It's integrated Bigly. I mean, I think if you're invested, like people that have been simming a really long time, X-Plane is going to be harder to get away from for those people. Like I am a relatively new simmer. I've not counting the 20 minutes I pretended to know how to do it when I was like 9 or 10 years old or whatever. whatever Microsoft Flight Sim version that was then. And then I was like, this seems too serious. I'm going back to playing X-Wing. But, you know, not counting that, I have only been simming since right before Flight Sim 2020 came out. So I just started like the summer before it came out. Like, I think it was like maybe June of 2020 is when I loaded up X-Plane for the first time and built my gaming PC. So, you know, for me, I knew shortly after that that Flight Sim 2020 was around the corner and was like the new next gen, blah, blah, blah. So I was like all stoked on it. So yeah, I kind of just started basically with Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you're somebody that's been playing X-Plane, you know, since when did it come out? It was like 2014 or something? I'm gonna look that up. Or X-Plane 11 at least. When was X-Plane 11? So X-Plane 1995 was the original. X-Plane 11, 2016. Anyway, I mean, if you've done, you know, X-Plane for, you know, 7-8 years since 11 came out, then yeah, makes sense. It's hard to switch over, especially how expensive it is to sim, and, you know, all the money people have paid for add-ons and planes and all sorts of stuff. But I'm excited for Flight Sim 2024 next year. I want shared cockpit. I don't really care about more realistic ATC. It would be nice, but we'll see how third-party people do it, like Beyond ATC. All right, what is our descent? Oops, I just had it up already. 8 minutes. I guess we could just tell them we're... Oh, wait, it's not letting me tell them we're ready. Looking at our current instruction, it says to go down to 5,000 feet and to walk. Did I miss something? Did our... Oh yeah, they said descend 5,000 feet. And they gave us the altimeter 3013. Alright. It's one downside to just running my mouth for so long, not paying attention, and our co-pilot AI being turned on. So we'll just go VNav 5,000 feet, and we'll just go down here. See if we have a restriction to 5,000 feet already. We do not. So that's 3,600 or above. I'm just going to click this and do VNav direct there. There's vertical track. VPath is already on. And this 5,000 here will supersede the 3,600. Whoa, whoa now. Hey, HJet, let's go. Oh no. Oh god. I think I have aircraft stress damage off. That's us? 065? Alright.
Right heading 065, November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, right heading 065.
Ready for descent.
Alright, heading mode is on, making that right turn.
30 Sierra, turn right heading 080.
Right heading 080, November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, 080.
6567.
Alright, it slowed us down, that's good. It's always a little terrifying.
Descend and maintain 2,06567.
VHS versus Betamax. Laserdisc versus... What was around the time of Laserdisc? DVDs? Were DVDs coming out when Laserdisc was around? I remember Laserdisc. VHS, of course. I never used Betamax, but I definitely used... I saw a Laserdisc at my aunt's house once. Alright, right turn heading 080 still. We're getting a traffic advisory. Somebody right on my butt. Trip is getting really close. He's bringing it in.
0 Sierra, turn left heading 065.
Alright, 065 now. The vectoring with FSHud is not very good. And I don't see that they told us this, but it's showing direct Kirk. Maybe that's their next instruction.
30 Sierra, turn left heading 050.
So here's Kirk right here. That's where they're bringing us to via vectors, I'm pretty sure. And we got some nice weather to go. And it says it's overcast down until 4700 AGL.
14930 Sierra. Turn left
Here we go
heading
again.
045.
Left heading 045, November 4930 Sierra.
All right, 045. I think they're taking us direct Kirk. I'm just gonna hit direct Kirk and see
Vertical track.
if that's where they have it. Yeah, that's where they have us going. So I'm just switching back to nav
Radar
mode.
Contact. Fly heading 350. Maintain.
And I don't have to change my heading every 3 seconds.
2012.
All right, they're going direct Kirk, and
heading
Kirk's our
350.
3600. I'm gonna reactivate our VNav just to make sure. Ooh, steeper than this 6-degree limit. We're going down to 3,400 feet. Did they just like wait way too long to vector us, or was my top of descent wrong? No, it wasn't, because we had the altitudes in here correctly. It said we still had like a good 10 minutes left, so why does it seem like we're just much closer than I thought? We still have 32 miles to Kirk. We're going 3,300 feet per minute down here. You're taking the piss? This song's not doing it for me. We need something better. All right, 220 knots. This is, so it's got our speed at 200 knots. Is that? I wonder if it's doing that automatically because it just because of our steep descent. 3.09 degrees. Descent schedule says 270 to 3 degree. So I assume it's reacting to us needing greater than a 3 degree flight path angle for our descent. Oh yeah, it's also, I also have 200 knots in here. Let me remove this constraint. There we go. Oh, you hear the engine spooling up instantly as soon as I remove that. All right, now it's bringing us up to 270. And it looks like we got the localizer already somehow at 23,000 feet. I just spun around there. I mean, we don't actually have it in. Maybe this is just like a feature where it shows the anticipated final approach course in the green needles. And this kind of standby, these gray dashed lines. I don't think I've seen that before. And I don't know if that's a G3000 thing or if that's just a, that's specific to the HondaJet. I assume we'll want some engine anti-icing for this. It is negative 26 degrees Celsius. Whoa. Egg update. Still alive. Nice, nice. Yeah, the egg is unfortunately a little slower, but you can do 250 knots. It's not bad. Mach 0.53, I think. That's what I was flying until today, but I am trying out the HondaJet again. Yeah, this thing just, it's got much more speed. It's also terrifyingly small on the inside, just like the Vision Jet. You awake, son? You awake yet? Yeah, we're gonna have to do a medical trip after this one. This is, we were supposed to be transporting, I thought it was 5 executives was the job, but maybe this kid's like a TikToker or something. The rest of these people, they could be executives, but
6277. Contact Huntington. Approach 128.4.
128.4.
the uneasy flyer. All right, what kind of anti-ice do we have on this thing? I know a lot of it's automated. So I'll probably turn on the engine anti-ice, and then we have the windshield heat over here. Everything else is just on its default of normal. But I assume we'll want some engine anti-ice here going through these clouds at negative 14 degrees. Seems like a good idea. Creepy to say the least. Soul says, though I prefer the Vision, the HondaJet does have a bathroom. That's true. And it's got a hotkey to go look at the bathroom and pretend like you're using the bathroom.
2103, expect VOR, approach, runway 25, report when ready for descent.
Expect VOR, approach, runway 25, report when ready for descent, 2103.
November.
I mean, it's got this guy, so.
Sierra, contact Huntington, approach,
The wings even bounce.
128.4.
Alright, Huntington approach.
November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, we're still descending here. I should probably update the altimeter.
Descent.
It was 3010.
Huntington approach.
3010 is what the ATIS said.
Sierra at 14,000.
They gave us 3013 though for is what ATC gave us, so I'm going to do that for now.
November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, continue descending 5,000.
055. Continue descent 2,100. Altimeter
2100. 3011.
Fly heading 055. Continue descent 2,100. November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, 3011 now.
7702, proceed direct November Yankee Oscar Mike Echo, then is file.
Alright, that's for someone else.
Proceed direct November Yankee Oscar Mike Echo 7702.
Alright, I think we should probably start slowing down that we're turning final. We're at 12,000 feet though. Feel like we should slow down, but part of me also wants to just kind of go for it and just see how insane this is by not slowing down. Alright, I think we're going to want the engine anti-icing.
November 4930
I know that the CAS is supposed to show us when we have icing detected. And there's also a...
100, runway 30,
oh my
report
god.
established on localizer.
Alright, report established on localizer. It can auto-switch for us. I think it'll probably auto-switch to green needles. If it doesn't, we're just going to hit this button right here. Alright, let's turn off auto throttle. I'm just bringing us down to idle. Alright, let's see if it changes to green needles in a second here as we cross over this waypoint. Alright, our final approach course is 2908. Go around is 4,000. Climbing right turn to 4,000, and we're going into the soup. Alright, here comes... hopefully the auto localizer switch.
November 4930
there it is,
Sierra,
nice.
Established on localizer.
Alright, localizer, so I'm going to hit approach.
November 4930 Sierra.
Can already see the glide slope, and we're way above it, so that's not good.
Approach. November 4930 Sierra.
Let me pull out the speed brake and get our
November 4930
gear down.
Sierra. Contact Huntington Tower 118.5.
118.5. November 4930.
I think we're gonna have to go down even faster than this. What's going on with the like? Did I mess up the VNav descent?
Sierra on final 30.
It says we're on final already.
November 4930 Sierra. Wind calm. Clear to land 30.
Clear to land. I think we're like almost at the airport already. We're 2.6 nautical miles from the airport, and it's not down at the right altitude. It's below us, so that's a go around, so that's great. You can see it on the synthetic vision right here underneath us. What did I do something wrong with the VNav? I did VNav direct too, and we couldn't descend fast enough to meet it. But it showed us on VNav profile, right? So yeah, definitely going around. We don't have another option. Alright, so we're going to go to heading mode, climb heading straight ahead. And I said climbing right turn to 4,000 feet. So we're going to go to 4,000 feet. I'm going to get auto throttle back on here. Alright, let's go down here and click this guy. Actually, how do I activate our missed approach in this thing? Select arrival, select approach. Normally I would hit the suspend button. Okay, I can do that now. Alright, let's switch back to FMS. There we go. Missed approach point. Alright. Not sure how to activate it in advance of that though. Get our flaps and our gear back up. And declare missed approach with ATC.
November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, we're climbing to 4,000 first, so that was all set.
277, turn left heading 330. Left heading 330.
That's for someone else.
6277.
Alright, we have our hold point over here at Milk.
Sierra, expect ILS, approach, runway 30.
Expect ILS, approach, runway
Speed
30.
breaker still out, smart.
November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, expect ILS for runway 30 again. Alright, let's try this again.
November 4930 Sierra, maintain 4000.
Okay, cool, we're already at 4,000.
Maintain 4000. November 4930 Sierra.
Rate your landing? Sure. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that I'm very good at rating landings because I'm barely okay at landing myself most times. But I'll take a look for you once I get down.
Report established on localizer 6277.
Alright, we're heading to our missed approach point over here at Milk. We're on the intercept, and then we're going to Milk, 4,000 feet. Hold for 1 minute. When 1 minute turns at Milk.
Contact Indianapolis Center 128.3.
128.3. November 4930 Sierra.
Terrain's looking nice here. Saw some of the We Love VFR things back there. I saw like a smoke coming out of some industrial tower or something. Yeah, right there. Little smokestack action.
November 4930 Sierra, radar contact. Fly heading 075, maintain 4000.
Alright, heading 075.
Fly heading 075.
That's what we're doing already because of the FMS, so there's 075.
November 4930 Sierra, turn right heading 150.
Alright, let's switch to manual speed now.
Flight heading 150. November 4930
Alright, heading
Sierra.
150. Right turn 150. They're getting us back on the localizer, and let's bring our speed down much sooner this time. Let's go down to 160, so I'm in full flap range. What's up, Mac? Found you yesterday enjoying the streams. Thanks, dude. Getting into flight sim soon. What controls am I using? I have it linked. I have it on my site if you look for the link in the description, but I have the Thrustmaster side stick, Honeycomb Bravo throttle, and the crosswind rudder pedals. Alright, so we're going to need to reactivate the approach. Since we're in heading mode, I'm just going to go back to proc, activate, and then, okay, we can see that. We're in heading mode, so I'm going to switch over to loc. There we go. Right turn 165.
Descend 2100.
Alright, descend 2100.
2100. November 4930 Sierra.
2100, there we go. Let's vertical speed that down at 1,000. Let's see, we're at our ground speed's 200, so yeah, 200 times 5. Alright, down to 160 knots almost, so we can get our gear down. So they're turning us pretty short. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, this looks like they're... Alright, they like to keep it close, I guess. They're cutting us in really close on the vectoring. Left-hand stick superior for desktop aviator. I mean, it looks like I should be using my left hand on this right now. I think it makes sense. Left hand, right hand. That's how you do it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I got the Airbus. The Airbus side stick is because you can use it in either hand. What is it? The T16000, I think, is basically the same exact thing, but has some more buttons. So I would actually consider that.
Continue approach.
The Airbus side stick has fewer buttons, if I recall correctly. You got a new motherboard, CPU, heatsink, RAM, and a mouse about to chime out. Throw it all in the new case. Nice. New GPU. Look during the holiday season. Yeah, I would definitely, like, if you're not itching for a new GPU, wait for them to announce something else. Like, wait for them to announce the, like, 4070 Ti or whatever they're going to do next. But yeah, Mac, I have it all listed, all my stuff listed on my site. Some of my CPU components are a little outdated. Like, my CPU is not the best. It's still really good, but there are newer ones that are coming out, like the new Ryzens and the new Intels 14,000 whatever series. But I would, at the very least, if you have nothing at all, actually, I would consider the Xbox. Like, if you're not looking to build a whole PC for like $1,500 or $2,000, like, and then beyond that, I would consider Xbox with like the Turtle Beach, like yoke and throttle system. All right, are they gonna turn us again? We are about to fly through the localizer here, so I'm hoping they're gonna turn me soon. I might just turn myself. Oh, there we go.
Sierra, turn left heading 095.
All right, 095.
Left heading 095, November 4930 Sierra.
Turn on nav mode as well. Wait, left heading 095. What? Oh, are they having us do they're having us reverse? All right, well, we're turning left 095. I think they're having us go outbound now and then turn around, but we're already at final approach fix altitude. This seems dangerous. If there's anybody else coming in on final, aren't they going to run into us?
6277, contact Huntington Tower 118.5.
They're vectoring another plane or they're talking to another plane, an AI plane as well right now.
November 4930 Sierra, turn right heading 190, cleared ILS, approach at 2000.
Right heading 190.
Established on localizer.
What? I have to turn all the way around.
Cleared ILS approach.
Cleared ILS approach.
100, runway 30, report established on localizer.
All right, I better turn all the way around first before I hit the glide slope. Before I hit the approach button. All right, let's slow down to 140. Burned a lot of fuel here too. Good thing we have reserves. All right, turn it all the way around, localizer, and then approach, glide slope. All right. ITUU 1087, 13.5 on the DME. And final approach fix is DME, does it say 9.1? 5.1. It's hard to tell. 6.1? 5.1? It looks like 5.1. All right, 140 knots. Approach mode is on. Nav mode is on. I don't know why it reverted back to roll mode, but let's turn to the right and intercept the localizer. All right, there's the glide slope. Green diamond is visible this time. And final approach fix, 7.6 miles away still. All right, so that vectoring wasn't too bad except for the weird, like, that little turnaround at the end was kind of weird. MOHCT Prus, thanks for the sub if you're in the chat, man. You have a gaming laptop. Oh, see a tea drinker. You're out? What about the landing? Yeah, that go around delayed me quite a bit. Sorry about that. All right, capturing the localizer. We're at 140 knots. And DME, we're at 11.5, so. Still, I think I'm a little slow. I could probably be like 160 knots right now. Keep forgetting, is it 160 for our configuration? 160 for landing flaps, okay. Could probably be a 160. But I think I read in the checklist, like the JD's checklist or whatever from flightsim.to. I think it said down to 140 when you're on final. Or whatever VATSIM controllers are yelling at you to maintain. All right, 5 miles from the final approach fix still. Max says he has a gaming laptop since he's at work half the month. Watching you at work now, i9 and a 4080 and a gaming laptop. Nice. I just got the 4080 for my desktop. Assuming, I don't know how the 4080s are, like what the laptop capabilities are compared to desktop when it comes to like graphics cards and stuff, but
November 4930
I mean, it sounds like you have more than enough to run the sim.
November 4930 Sierra, continue approach.
All right, continue approach.
Continue approach, November 4930 Sierra.
All right, just sync our heading bug straight ahead again. All Alright, 3 miles until the FAF.
1383 at 6,900, descending 5,000.
Are there airports default? Can you fly out of your home city? Yes. Yeah, there are.
Radar contact. Fly heading 065. Continue descent 2,100.
Almost
Altimeter
every real world
3015.
airport, as far as I know, is in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Continue descent 2,100. 1383.
I can look it up for you in the database if you want. Alright, waiting for the glide slope to get down. 1.5 miles till the FAF. And then we'll set our go around again, which is climbing right turn 4,000. We just did it. I don't know if in the G3000 if there's a way to manually start the go around. Activate missed approaches under here.
Vertical
I'm not sure
track.
you can do it until you get to the missed approach point though.
Vertical track.
November 4930 Sierra. Contact Huntington Tower 118.
Alright, over to tower.
Vertical track.
We're gonna go gear down
118.5,
and
November
flaps
4930
1.
Sierra.
And we're intercepting the glide slope right now. There's green. Alright, glide slope, so we're gonna set our selected altitude up to 4,000.
On final 30.
Alright, selected is up to 4,000. Now let's get down to our approach speed, 113.
Continue approach.
Continue approach. November 4930 Sierra.
Should we go back and recalculate that? Because we burned a bunch of fuel.
November 4930 Sierra. Wind calm. Clear to land 30.
110 now on our
Clear
approach.
to land 30. November
Clear to land,
4930
110.
Sierra.
Alright, heading bug is synced. We got 4,000 for our selected altitude for missed approach if we have to do it a second time.
1,000.
Alright, there's 1,000 feet. Our minimums are 1028, which is 200 AGL. We're at 1,000 AGL, so we got 800 to go. Heading bug is synced, and this thing's going to automatically turn off yaw damper for us. Feels like we're a little high. Is it a 3 degree? It is 3 degree glide slope. I'm just not used to being in this thing. Alright, I'm going to get the auto throttle off. Auto throttle's at 51, about 50% right now, so I'm just going to move it until I get to 50%. There we go. Auto throttle's off. And our VREF speed is 105. Alright, we're at 600 AGL. 400 to go until minimums. Completely calm. I'm just going to turn it off now.
Autopilot. 500.
I'm only turning it off because it's totally calm.
400.
If I mess this up, then
200.
my YouTube career's over.
Minimums.
I do love that this has the callouts.
200. 100.
Alright, over the threshold, we just
50.
pull out the power
30.
and try not to flare.
10. 5.
Just let it plop down.
November 4930 Sierra.
Uh-oh,
When
did it bounce a
vacated,
little?
Contact ground.
Can't tell.
121.9.
Maybe a little bit.
When vacated, contact ground 121.9. November 4930 Sierra.
Alright, let's get our chart selection up here. Let me see, is there an exit? I should have checked this on final. There's an exit here on alpha. It's a hotspot. Oh, you're in Central California? Oh, in Fresno. I mean, yeah, Fresno is in there. I mean, pretty much every airport you can think of is in there. There's like, I don't know the total count of how many airports there are in the sim, but I mean, Fresno will definitely be in there. If it starts with a K, it is 100% in the sim. And even if it doesn't, I mean, it's got grass strips everywhere. It's got little, you know, 1,500 foot grass strips all over the world.
Sierra. Runway vacated with Bravo.
All right, I'm going the wrong way in the taxiway, as far as I know, but this is fine.
4930 Sierra. Taxi to parking 31 via Bravo. Hold
All right,
short of
sorry I
runway
missed your landing trip.
1230.
You were right behind me, huh?
Taxi to parking 31 via Bravo. Hold short of runway.
All right, base is at 4,000
November
feet, so we'll go
4930
take a look
Sierra.
at him come in. Then we'll do one more flight. This time, hopefully, I'll do the VNAV correctly. I think I just... so what probably happened is I started my descent way too late, and it was trying to exceed the 3-degree flight path angle, but it said like 3.09 degrees or something like that. So I'm not sure why it didn't just descend as fast as it needed to. I'm not sure. I'm sure I did something wrong. That I'm sure of, but what I did wrong. That's the, you know, that's the part.
Engine off time log. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
All right, let's go see Base do his very first landing in the Vision Jet. No sweat. This will be no problem. No pressure at all. All right, while we're waiting for him on final, let's take a look at my landing. 1.18 Gs. I could do better than that. Yeah, this seems kind of high. I want to get under 100 feet per minute. Not too bad. Did I win? Yes. This should be interesting. Just keep the nose down more than you're used to. That's what I would say. And like the HondaJet and the Vision Jet, you're not like cutting power and then dropping like a rock and just like flaring super high. You just basically drive it into the threshold, is what I've noticed. All right, so got 6,000 credits for that. Feels good. I'm gonna do another one of those. What time is it? 7 p.m. here in California. I'm gonna do one more flight, and then I've been itching to go to a nearby bar and grab a beer and some delicious tacos. I just have a craving and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna rush this and make more mistakes for my second flight. All right, so that was 6,000. So I'm gonna go in and we'll just find a new job. So let's go into planes. I just rented the HondaJet. I think I've been making the mistakes in OnAir company recently of leasing things, and then I don't fly them long enough. So then I end up losing a ton of money when I cancel the lease. Not very smart. Yeah, Mac, I'm in LA. And thanks, Sancho. I think I can do better. I want to do less than 100 feet per minute, but that was calm winds. And, you know, the autopilot does so much of the work. I could have gone down to 200 AGL on that approach, but I disconnected it around 500 just because, yeah, sometimes it just feels like too much assistance and I feel like I'm not doing anything. All right, I have this filtered pretty heavily. I'm going to do airport size of 1 or greater just to make sure we get some instrument approaches available. I think we need like 3,000 feet or 3,500 feet for runways anyway, so I should probably do. I think size 1 goes up to 5,000. I always forget the OnAir company definitions of airport sizes and how they relate to runway length. And then I put this at between 100 and 300 nautical miles. What was that last flight? Last flight was 338. Took us about an hour. So I'll do another similar one. Let's do between 200 and 300 nautical miles then. And I want a good payday. This one's 7,000. Let's see. How about this one? This one goes to Baltimore. It'd be fun flying in a giant airport. BWI. Take that one. HTS to BWI. I'll go prep it. All right, I see based in the distance. He's at 1,300 feet. Put him up the corner there. All right, prepare this flight. Is this like a Microsoft multiplayer, just not on VATSIM? Yeah, so Microsoft Flight Simulator has built-in AI traffic. It has built-in real-world routes also that are flown by AI. So you can find like an actual real-world flight. And then it also has multiplayer built in. So I see based Raccoon right now because we're in multiplayer. And yeah, you can fly with like dozens and dozens of people at once if you want to. We do like group flights every now and then through the Discord. The guys on Discord just did one today. And I usually do one over the weekend on stream. All right, Base, you got this. Just cut the power and point the nose down. He has his wheels out. It just doesn't show it until he touches for some reason. Nice. He's down. His first ever landing in the Vision Jet. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Let's get a close-up of that smile. Let's get a close-up of the terrified passengers inside. That's empty. You earn credits. So the credits thing I'm doing, this software I keep bringing up, this is called OnAir Company. If you're on PC, there are a bunch of add-ons similar to this, like career mode add-ons. This is not part of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it works with it. It works with other sims too. It's basically a career mode thing where you get like, you earn money, you can do virtual airlines, you can build things like do, you know, cargo and passengers and search and rescue missions and, you know, tourist flights and, you know, stuff like that. It's an economy and like a career mode add-on. So for me, it's really hard to figure out like where to fly in the sim because you can fly anywhere in the world. So for me, this gives me like a good direction of what to do. You know, there's always a route I can fly or, yeah, it's got kind of like tycoon aspects to it as well. So you can like run AI pilots and manage a whole airline. But I just do all the human flight stuff, but it's pretty cool. I'm a fan. But this is a total optional add-on. You don't have to use OnAir Company or anything like it. There are some that are free, like NeoFly. But yeah, I like this one the best. I've been using it for a while. But a little floaty, but not dead. Yep. Looked pretty good. Yeah, I'm a little floaty on this one too, and still on the Vision Jet, get a little floaty with it. I think it's just I'm so used to just like pulling the power and just dropping because of that. Oh no, I did the targeting thing again. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, let's get out of that camera. All right, I found the other flight. Let's go prep for the other one. It's nice. That's something that my daughter and yourself could do together. Yeah, if you ever think that you don't know where to fly, it's a really good option, or you want it to have some more game-like aspects to it, like career progression. There are a bunch of ones like that. You could probably just Google for it, like Microsoft Flight Sim career mode. There are a lot of different ones, and they're all different. OnAir Company costs the most, but it's kind of the most in-depth. But you don't even have to do that. You know, there's just so many add-ons. It's hard to describe them all concisely. But yeah, there are a lot of them that will help you figure out where to fly in the world. If that's even a problem for you. That's not a problem for everybody. You know, for me, I don't always know where to fly, so. With this, I have no question. Oh, look, we're transporting 2,600 pounds of printed magazines, and we can't. We don't have enough fuel to do this. What, you won the screenshot contest again? Wait, last Thursday? Oh, let me look it up. Development updates. I don't think did I look at last? What was that, the October 12th update? All right, here we are. You won it a second time in a row? Third-party updates. Wait, where is it? Screenshot challenge. What, you did? Dude, what the heck? He won it a second time. This is totally rigged. Who do you know at Microsoft? He knows somebody. There's no way. Country Road Zoo. That is an awesome screenshot. Is that the Antonov? I don't know if you saw. Oh yeah, sorry, I just read that again. Dude, you're insane. 2 in a row. Has that ever happened before? Who are the runners up? That's crazy. Congratulations, dude. That's a really cool shot. You got that lens flare. You got, looks like it's some depth of field. Oh yeah, the engine is totally blurred out. I'll never tell my secrets. It's actually a real world photo, and then he like runs it through something to make it look a little fake. Yeah, the 225, the big boy. Yeah, that's an awesome screenshot. Dude, twice in a row, that's crazy. It's gotta be some kind of record. All right, well, I guess I have to abandon this job because we can't take 2,500 pounds of cargo, right? Like if I run this and get the fuel estimate, it's gonna be more than 800 pounds, 2,000 pounds of fuel. These people are insane. Okay, so let's say we do around that much fuel. I would have to dump fuel to do it and then not have enough, but let's see. It looks like we would be able to take maybe like 1,500 pounds would be safe. So let me go abandon that, put in 1,500 pounds for our payload limitation. Abandon that job. Let's find a new one. You'll never do it again. Oh, you'll try for 3. Oh, you have to try for 3. You got to get the hat trick, dude. Definitely. All right, searching for jobs with the HondaJet again. I'll limit it to 1,500 pounds. Instead of 3,000. All right, 5 passenger max, 1,500 pound weight max. All right, what's the best payday here? What's KMTO? Coles County Memorial. Looks like that's back in Illinois. Yeah, it looks like that's back in Illinois. Coles County. All right, let's do that. It's taking, and it's only taking 2 passengers there, so I can definitely handle that. All right, 2 passengers. Prep the flight. All right, we got 2 executives. Let's go ahead and get the sim brief going. So I did pay a little more attention to how sim brief works with the passengers. So if I like scroll down, okay, right now it's showing 2 passengers and 0 freight, but I've noticed other times, like say it gives me 5 passengers. I've seen this say like 4 passengers plus 100 pounds of freight. So I think how OnAir works with this is it actually does take into account the differences in what is considered the passenger weight from OnAir versus SimBrief. So I don't think I have to do 0 fuel weight every time. So like if I do this with 2 passengers, it's giving me 2056 block fuel. Now if I go edit the flight and I take out the passengers and I put the 0 fuel weight to what it says, 7584. See if it gives us more than like 2,000 pounds of fuel. That's the same, right? Was it 2046? It looks like it's the same. Oh wait, this says 2 again. Okay, yeah, so it is doing that. It's just replacing it. Even when I put in 0 fuel weight, yeah, this is the passenger, the auto passenger thing. Anyway, I think it's, I don't think I need to do 0 fuel weight. Is the short story. All right, we're going to KMTO, and it's got us doing direct. No departure procedures. Let's see down here. Let me edit and see if there is one that gives us a departure procedure or an arrival, even though it's about 300 miles or so. And no, there are not extra routes available. Find Sid Star. I don't think there is one. All right, well, for next time. I'm sure I'll get a SID or a star when I do VATSIM. All right, let's go ahead and generate it again. All right, Trip, have a good night, dude. Thanks for flying along. Sorry I missed your landing. All right, this is another 1 hour and 5 minute air time. 43,000 feet. Let's see what ATC says. And copy this guy in again. All right, let's get this guy started back up and get everything going. Import sim brief. Okay, our fuel is set, 2,046 pounds. We got the 2 executives. And that's all being loaded right now. 1 hour airtime, block time, an hour and a half. Let's try to make that even faster. All right, let me get the battery on. Get the engine started right away. Fly in sim. Engine start. And start tracking. All right, getting FSHud going with the ATC.
Shut down the engines.
Wants me to move the aircraft to parking spot number 19. I'm not going to do that. Let's see if it works if I hit resume. Doesn't seem to like that. Maybe I will have to move the aircraft. No, you guys can't see FSHud, sorry. Okay, it's gonna move us to parking 16. All right, we're now at a different parking spot. Request flight clearance.
Huntington clearance, November 4930 Sierra, parking 16, request clearance to Coles with information November.
November 4930 Sierra, clear to Coles, runway 30, fly runway heading, climb 7000, squawk 6446.
All right, 7,6446.
Runway 30, fly runway
Cleared to
heading,
Coles.
climb 7000, squawk 6446, November 4930 Sierra.
All right, runway 30 and a heading of fly runway heading.
Feedback correct. When ready, contact Huntington ground 121.9er.
All right, ground 1219.
November 4930 Sierra.
All right, altimeter is still the same, 3011. Let's set 7,000 feet for selected altitude. And runway 30 is where we're taking off. 6446 for our transponder. Forgot I should be using the knob up here. There we go. Oh. All right, 6,000 feet in selected altitude. Flight plan options. Oops, actually back to home. Sim brief. Import our new flight plan. All right, done. And then runway 30. Direct to Dewak. And then Angra. And back to the Louisville VOR again. Use that on our way out here. And then to Coles. Is this where I took off from? I think this is where we took off from, isn't it? It's just a total coincidence I picked the place we started from. Okay. That's good. Let's go to utility, or let's go to speed bugs rather. Takeoff, get from sim. All right, rotation speed 113 again. Okay, let's get flaps to takeoff position. Set our pitch trim to around 4.5. All right, looks like 4.3 is the max of it being green, so I'll set it to that. Flaps are in takeoff. Everything else is neutral. 3011. Let's go heading and flight level change and switch back to FMS for our speed selection. Okay, that's set. And then runway heading for 30. So let's go bring up the taxiway diagram. All right, runway heading for 30 looks like 2908. All right, that's set to 2908. And 30 is behind us. So we're going to turn around and go ahead and request pushback now. Turn around and head to the east on Alpha for runway 30 at Alpha 1.
Parking 16, request pushback and start up.
November 4930 Sierra. Pushback and startup approved.
And obstacle departure says runway 30, climb heading 313 to 1800 feet before turning left. And yeah, we will be making a left to go to the southwest. Heading 313, so I'll set 313. Actually, I would normally do 313, but actually they told us to fly runway heading, right? So we listen to ATC. They override all. All right, so we're gonna do that. All right, let's request taxi clearance. Should be Alpha to 30.
November 4930 Sierra. Request taxi.
It always gets it wrong though, so.
November 4930 Sierra.
All right, parking brakes off.
Point runway 30 via Bravo.
Holding point, runway
Taxi to
30.
holding point, runway 30 via Bravo. November 4930 Sierra.
Yeah, definitely not via Bravo, but there is a holding point at the intersection of Alpha 2 and Bravo. We could potentially take off from there. I think sometimes it means to give me an intersection to take off from, like somewhere that's not at the threshold. Let me brake real quick and look. 7,000 foot runway. We only need 3,500. So one time before, FSHud did give me taxi instructions to go to a specific intersection at the runway, a specific point along the runway that wasn't the threshold. But, and now it's telling me Bravo. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on it and see once I get closer if it meant for me to be somewhere else. What's up, JJ? Have I had a chance to fly in a Redbird simulator? No, is that like a real life simulator? Like a crazy one? I have only ever used, you know, a prosumer. I've only ever flown in X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's it. All right, Big Mac is here with his, I don't even know what that is, but it looks awesome. Is it a 737? Yeah, Base Raccoon's photography skills. They're winning him awards. Oh, it's the Phoenix. Okay. I don't think I don't think I have the Phoenix installed. But I have a FSLTL library installed, so. I believe it wants me to take off from this point and not go to the full length there. I see Raccoon taking off, getting a little head start. Oh, we got a Bobo with a DC-3. 76 feet. Yeah, it wants me to take off from here. What is going on with this signage? Right now it says Bravo 134 feet behind me. Let me do the pushback trick. Pushback anywhere. Is it telling me to go? I'm just following. Basically, FSHud gives me like a little compass and a little arrow. Like it's like an ADF. It just points to a certain direction. I think maybe it does want me to go the whole length. Yeah, I think it wants me to go all the way down. All right, I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, the taxiway instructions are just not great in anything in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The only thing that it's good in is VATSIM. When you got some real humans doing real human stuff. All right, pitch trim is set. Flaps are in takeoff position. Altimeter is set. Selected altitude is set to 6,000. Good thing I checked that. It should be 7,000. All right, just updated it to 7,000.
November 4,
all right, there we go. This is where they wanted us.
Tower 118.5.
Cabin power is off.
November 4930
Cabin power is now on. Gotta make those executives back there happy. I'm gonna turn those people off now. Actually, if I click this, it's gonna mess up OnAir company, so I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, we're ready for departure.
Huntington Tower, November 4930 Sierra, runway 30.
All right, so we're gonna fly runway heading up to 7,000 feet. And did we squawk? I don't know if he squawked for us.
Sierra,
He did not. We're gonna squawk
runway 30.
6446.
Line up runway 30, November 4930 Sierra.
And altitude reporting. All right, line up 30.
November 4930 Sierra, wind calm, runway 30 cleared for takeoff.
All right, 30
Runway
cleared
30,
for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. November 4930
Fly runway
Sierra.
heading. I'm gonna go ahead and sync our heading selection bug. Not gonna use. Oh, should I use takeoff again? Yeah, let me use toga again and see what happens this time when I'm in FMS. I'm just gonna hit the button down here. All right. And 113 for our rotation speed. There's 80, 90, 110, rotate, rotate,
Airborne time log.
gear coming up. Flaps coming up. $400 AGL. That's 800 AGL. Okay, got autopilot. And let's see what auto throttle does now in takeoff mode.
November
Okay.
4930
It's giving us
Sierra,
200
contact
knots.
Huntington departure 128.4.
128.4, November 4930
All right,
Sierra.
they're switching over to departure. All right, let's double check here.
Huntington
Flaps are up.
departure, November 4930 Sierra. At
Gear is up.
800, climbing 7,000.
2,800 climbing 7,000.
November 4930 Sierra, radar contact. Turn right heading 330. Continue climb 7000. Altimeter 3011.
330.
7201, fly heading 120, cleared ILS, approach at 2100, runway 30, report established on localizer.
All right,
Right
330.
heading 330. Continue climb 7,000.
And continue climb
November
3011 on the
4930 Sierra.
altimeter. We have that.
Fly heading 120, cleared ILS.
So takeoff is set for
approach
210 knots,
runway
but we're at
30,
241.
report established on localizer.
I think I'm just supposed to switch over to climb at this point. I'll have to look up when to actually when to switch. Engine anti-ice was still
Proceed
on.
direct Buick, November 4930
I didn't reset that, so it stayed on. Proceed direct DWAC, then as filed. All right, so we're going to nav mode now. And then direct DWAC is actually a left turn all the way around, so they had us go right, but now they said proceed direct DWAC, so that'll be a left turn. FMS mode's on. Speed at 250. Speed's in FMS mode, so we're at the 250 limit right now. But they didn't tell us to climb yet, so we're just keeping 7,000. Till they give us otherwise. FSLTL only works with VATSIM. I don't think so. I think it just works. I think it just works for everything because even with like Microsoft Flight Sim live traffic, I see all sorts of liveries. I think the only liveries I have. No, I've installed some since then. I thought it works with everything. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, it's got Big Mac and like this black, this white and black livery that looks cool.
Center 128.3.
128.3.
All right, still going 250 knots. We're going direct DWAC. I guess they said direct, right? So I should have done direct enter, activate. I shouldn't have tried to. I mean, we would have had to make that left-hand turn all the way around anyway. But they said direct.
30 Sierra, radar contact. Proceed direct DWAC. Then as filed. Continue climb flight level 400.
All right, continue climb.
Proceed direct Buick. Continue climb flight level 400.
All right, let's get 400 in.
Sierra.
And I just hit FLC. I love how you just hit the FLC button and it just starts the climb again. It's great. All right, flight level 400, not 430. Nice. Oh, I just kind of missed the breakout. You like the gaming aspect of OnAir? You come from a flying family. Grandfather flew in the Korean War and most of his life. Uncle flew F4s, and then AA. Oh, you mean like American Airlines? Dude, that's awesome. You wanted to fly in the Air Force, but with your vision you couldn't, so you enlisted as a firefighter. Now you're a civilian firefighter. You have to stick with the Sims. Oh, that's awesome, man. Dude, that's so cool that you're a firefighter. I personally have no aviation in the family, and I haven't climbed in a real plane myself. I just my girlfriend flies, and that's why I started simming a few years back. You're able to I mean, Mac, can you fly commercially though? Like, I assume the you know, like Air Force, flying for the Air Force is a different criteria than flying commercially or something like that, right? I guess it's like much more strict for the Air Force. I'm gonna turn the engine anti-ice back to norm, or to off, I guess. I didn't find too much on the like icing system procedures for the HondaJet. The only thing I saw, I like found a POH for one, and the only thing I noticed was it basically said like it will tell you when there's icing on the cast. So whereas with the VisionJet, those tutorials with that real life pilot, that guy Tim Morgan, he basically said if in the VisionJet you turn on engine anti-ice if it's under 10 degrees Celsius, positive 10 degrees Celsius, they turn it on. All right, we are direct DWAC. Then after that, we're going on the Quebec 80 to Engra, Quebec 50 to Louisville again, or Louisville, Louisville, and then Jet 8 to Impel. I think this time I'm going to try to descend on time so we don't have to do a go-around. Oh, your uncle went right from the Air Force to flying for American. That's awesome. That's really cool. A lot of the like flight documentaries stuff I'll watch or real world flying stuff, there just seems like there are so many former military pilots that fly commercial after. All right, we are, how are we doing? 283 over the ground, 300 nautical miles left, hour and 5 en route. We'll see what that says once we get up to our cruise. All right, standard baro is on. We're at flight level 200, climbing flight level 400. And the last thing ATC gave us was direct DWAC. And we can see Big Mac now. And Raccoon got a good head start. He's at 20,000 feet over there in the distance. We will catch up though. All right, negative 26 outside air temperature already. We're climbing at 2,200 feet per minute. Actually, does it show top of climb on here? We have top of descent and bottom of descent. I don't think we get a top of climb estimate.
descend 1000.
I don't know if we started at this airport or not. I forget which airport we started at today because I erased it from my notes already. I don't think it was Coles. It started with an M or something like that. I think it was like, yeah, it started with an M. It was not Coles, so this isn't the same airport we took off from. Needed a head start, yeah. Yeah, dude, the Vision Jet is great. I think it's really fun. The G3000, I think, is the part that takes the most getting used to in that thing. I gotta set our standby altimeter here to 29902. All right, almost at flight level 250. Climbing at 1850 now. You thought the H-Jet was much higher and faster. It definitely climbs faster than the Vision Jet, and it can go up to the Vision Jet's ceiling is 31,000, and the HondaJet can go up to 43,000. And then as far as cruise, I think max operating speed is like 20 knots faster indicated. I think it's 250 on the Vision Jet and 270 on the HondaJet. But as far as cruise, once we're that high, we can go Mach 0.72. The Vision Jet can only go Mach 0.52 at 31,000. So we get quite a bit more speed once we're up there. I mean, it's a twin versus a single jet engine, so. I think the HondaJet is really cool. It automates so much. Like, if anything ever went wrong in the flight, I wouldn't know what to do because I'd be like, doesn't the computer do it? No idea what the problem is. Come on, HondaJet, figure it out. All right, we got 7 miles to DWAC. Then we're gonna make a right turn. Next waypoint, or we're gonna enter the airway. We're gonna enter the Quebec 80 at Engra, or we're gonna exit at Engra actually. Go ahead and expand all these. See all the different waypoints we're gonna fly over. It looks like Helub was kind of the only one that was hidden there from the collapsing.
Indianapolis Center 1384 at Victor Papa 979 at 6,300 climbing.
That's one of the AI flights checking in.
1384 radar contact.
Delta says, I think if Kip dealt with the HondaJet, if I dealt the HondaJet, I'd play the CJ4, the Airbus.
Proceed direct Victor Papa.
It's tough to get in and out of county airports in the Airbus though, yeah. Dude, I love the CJ4. JJ says CJ4 is the first airliner he used. Managed it quite well for barely being able to fly the 172. That's how I feel with it too. Yeah, thanks to autopilot and ILS approaches. Yeah, I remember I was flying the CRJ for a little bit as well. Was it the 550 ER or something I was flying? I was flying that for a little bit, and somebody in chat, oh, who was that? Someone in chat was always giving me tips. It was a real world CRJ pilot. And in that plane, it didn't support, and I guess the real world equivalent's the same way. It doesn't support any RNAV approaches, so you really had to hope you got an ILS approach. Oh, CRJ 550, yeah, that was it. 700, same plane. I think I was flying the 550 for a little bit. That was pretty fun. But yeah, the CJ4, and that didn't have auto throttle, and it also and it had no VNAV, and it had no RNAV approach capability either. So but the CJ4, I was flying that on VATSIM a little bit. before my hiatus. And there's a lot more to do in that, but I think it supports VNav now. In the I tried it like off stream a couple weeks ago. It used to just have advisory VNav, but now it has like full-on VNav. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it worked for me. I enabled VNav and it worked. So, like for the actual descent, not just advisory. Haven't done the HJet or VisionJet. The streams are making me want to buy one of them. Is a G3000 better than the NXI? NXI is great, but so cumbersome. I like the NXI better just because of the complexity with the G3000. I just don't like having to manage the split screen stuff. That's kind of the biggest pain in the butt, I think, about it. I mean, I think that I dislike the G3000 more than other people would dislike it, and I think it's just because I've used the G1000 for so long in the sim. It's just there's more configuration, you know. You can like split the screen or not, and if you put like one of these maps or charts or checklists over here, then it gets a little weird with which buttons and dials you have to like flick like joysticks to move the active window over before you interact with them. I mean, it's definitely, obviously it's learnable, but I found it just more complex. I want a 530 in the HJet. Dude, that would be great. I would love the G1000. Big Mac still in sight. But yeah, I'm getting used to it. There's just more configuration with it, like, but it's nice. I mean, there are things that are way faster to do, like getting to the weather or the frequencies for an airport is so much faster, right? Like on the 530, 430 or the G1000, you have to like type in the airport code pretty much. And this one, you're just like, oh, flight plan, down to the bottom, click the destination, waypoint info, and now you have charts, weather, frequencies, runway information. Like it's just, and it's all touchscreen for the most part, except for the range knob down here. I'm getting used to it, so I think most people like the G3000. I think something that's nice is that it's not the G5000. Like if you fly the Longitude, is it the Longitude that has a G5000 where it has GTCs in the middle that are for your PF or for your MFD use, but then off to the side over here has a separate GTC that's just for the PFD configuration. So you're like, you know, in the sim, you're either looking here or over here. So I do like that it only has 2 GTCs in the middle of the HJet. And I think the VisionJet has 3 of them. They're basically inverted. 3 screens on the HJet, 2 touch controllers. And then the opposite of that for the VisionJet. 2 screens and 3 touch controllers. And there's slightly different form factors. Like these touch controllers have these knobs at the bottom and no soft buttons. The ones in the VisionJet have the 3 soft buttons on the side. But I wouldn't, if I was to pick between the 2 planes, I would just pick based on their performance, not on the avionics, since they're very similar. They both have VNav, they both have auto throttle. You know, they both go 250 knots or faster. I would pick based on, honestly, if you're gonna do VATSIM, I would just pick based on VATSIM and how fast you want to be in VATSIM. If you want to fly the same routes for the most part that the turbojets are flying, like the big airliners, then you're gonna want the HondaJet. If you want to act more like a TBM that has the word jet in the name for some reason, then pick the VisionJet. But the HJet does have more automation. Like the way the lights are automated is amazing. They're both really easy to get started, but
1459er, expect ILS approach.
They both have, I mean, they're both made by the same developer too. Like Flight Effects made the HJet and the VisionJet.
Report when ready for descent. 1459er.
The Vision Jet's also only, what, $25? I think they... How much was the H-Jet? H-Jet price... Oh, was it only $25 as well? Maybe it was only 25 bucks for the H-Jet too? H-Jet all the way, you'll need special permissions. It helps on the SIDS and stars. Right, yeah. Though I don't actually know, does, isn't the maximum H-Jet speed indicated 270 knots? Don't some stars use 290 for speed restrictions or 280? Yeah, you can, Bella. We're just en route. I'll be up for about another 45 minutes. But it looks like we're going to pass by Kilo Romeo Golf Alpha RGA, KRGA, soon-ish. That's going to be off my right side soon. Or you can always just zoom in on the world map and find where I'm at and spawn directly on me.
Proceed direct hard to 6567.
Any good tutorials for really mastering the Cessna 172? Yeah, I mean, most of mine are really just focused not on the plane itself, but just on the Garmin, yeah. I think it just depends on what you consider like mastering it. Like it doesn't matter what plane I'm in, really, because the things that I know I'm not good at and want to get better at are like VFR, for example. Like I don't fly VFR at all, so like airspace, like doing the research and staying out of airspace or requesting permission to enter airspace, those kind of things. It just matters what your goals are, I guess. Like if you want to be able to fly with like visual aids only and not even use GPS in the 172 and use the steam gauge version, or do VOR navigation, you know, it just depends on your goals or what you think mastering it means. Because as much as I've flown the 172, I don't think I've mastered flying the 172. Like have I practiced hours of crosswind landings, you know, messing with the weather? It just matters what you mean, what mastering means to you. I don't even feel like I've mastered the G1000. You know, like I probably do things that aren't the most efficient ways of using it, you know. I don't know. I just assume there's something I don't know all the time. I just assume that as much as I think I know about something, there's probably 20 things I don't know still, or more.
Expect ILS approach, runway 30, report when ready for descent.
Expect ILS approach runway 30. Report when ready for descent.
Real deal is be able to climb fast enough to get out of the way. 250 knots is plenty.
6864.
Yeah, cruise seem less relevant because ATC can separate you vertically. Yeah.
Descend 5,000.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Your flights are flawless.
6864.
You do know that just the last flight tonight, I didn't use the VNav properly and we had to do a go around, right? Maybe you tuned in after that. Or you're being sarcastic because of that. If you truly think that way, I appreciate it, but I could also, I think maybe you're joking right now because of the go around. Oh, you were AFK? That night landing? Do you remember that, do you remember me running out of fuel in the 850 over the weekend? Okay, so what do we get? Radar contact, proceed direct to walk as filed, continue climb. I think it just... they were talking to somebody else probably. All right, hey, speaking of descents, I should go ahead and check. Maybe I can do the VNav descent properly this time. So I don't have any VNav information in. So let me go look at destination weather again. 183 at 3 knots. So, and they have a ILS 29, then RNAVs for everything but 18. So I could, maybe they'll give us 24, 6,000 feet, 6,400 feet, or 5,800 and 6,400. Oh, the time and zero visibility. Oh, that was great. I had to go around on that one too. You guys landed it and then I totally was not lined up with the airport at all. I wish I could have used the OBS mode for that, and I couldn't because that would have saved me. This morning's flight, I never had a TOD marker show up on your MFD. You channeled your inner Kip. Quick math to determine when to start descending. I actually don't... Dude, that's impressive. I don't even know the last time that I haven't used the VNAV calculations to figure out my descent. So like right now, if I was going to do that... Oh man. All right. Right now, if I was going to do that, we have what? Distance to go. 217 nautical miles. So I would do 300 in our ground speeds, 356, right? So when I descend, though, we're probably descending at like 256 knots. So you multiply that by 5 to get your feet per minute descent rate for a 3-degree flight path angle. That's one rule of thumb I know. And then you need to figure out how much altitude you're going to lose. So say we're going down to 4,000 feet. So we're going to lose 36,000 feet. And we're going to descend at 250 knots, so 1,250. So we're going to do 36,000 feet divided by 1,250 feet per minute using a calculator. That gives us 28 minutes. Okay, so call it roughly 30 minutes to descend. Then we need to know right now when to start the descent. So how many miles will we cover in 28 minutes? Our ground speed's 360. We need to divide that by 60 to get miles per minute, right? 6 miles per minute. So then we take 6 miles per minute times 30 minutes and get 180. So 180 nautical miles out roughly, which is pretty soon actually. We're at 210. I don't know, something like that. That's the only way I know how to do it. We'll see though. Let me check what it says for our descent if we do it right now. Airport's at 715 feet. So if I set that in here, we'll have more time because we're going to do an approach procedure, more time than this, but 14 minutes for an 1,800 foot target. So that's targeting 1,800 feet per minute though. So anyway, the VNAV calculator is the way to go. But I don't know offhand what our ground speed is during a descent in this. So it does depend on our winds, right? So we have a 54 knot headwind currently. But yeah, if I knew the ground speed, it's roughly every 60 knots is a mile a minute. So then you take your ground speed divided by 60 to know how many miles per minute you're traveling during the descent. Or actually, no, you do that during the cruise. So yeah, 360 divided by 60 is 6 miles a minute. So that's how we determine, yeah, how much ground we're covering while we're in cruise. And then ground speed during your descent ground speed times 5 gives you roughly a 3-degree angle of descent in feet per minute. So if we're descending at 200 feet per minute, 200 times 5 is 1,000. Or sorry, if we're going 200 knots during our descent, 200 times 5 gives us 1,000 feet per minute, which gives us that 3-degree angle of descent.
November 30 Sierra, expect ILS, approach, runway 29, report when ready for descent.
All right, ILS 29er.
ILS, approach, runway 29, report when ready for descent, November 4930 Sierra.
All right, can we get our new top of descent? Final approach fix 2318. That's an interesting altitude. Okay. So why doesn't it want to give me top of descent? Is it because of this? I never know whether to delete this or not. I have a feeling this is, if I hit this, it'll break. I think if I remove this, it's going to break everything. I never know with a G3000. Of course, we have KMTO right here. We have the approach. I think if I delete that, it'll mess it up. Yeah, and our VNAV's not being calculated. All right, let me switch to heading mode and sync the heading bug straight ahead and then delete this and see what happens. So if I go home, flight plan, it's not giving us VNAV even though it has VNAV altitudes in. And I'm wondering if that's because... No, it is showing an altitude here. Maybe it'll just happen eventually. No, I mean, we should be nearing our... We're at 200... What did I say? 180 nautical miles? We should start our descent. So that is happening relatively soon. I think if I delete this, it's going to break everything. Oh, it didn't. Nice. Okay, it didn't. And now we'll get our... No, we won't. $400. And then down here, it's got our final approach fix. Oh, it says vectors to final approach. Wait, what? Oh, did I choose vectors?
2874, turn left heading 180.
There we go. 30, no way. No way it's 33 minutes. It says we'll be there in, wait, 54 minutes. Okay, okay. 33 minutes top of descent? I don't believe it. No way.
Cleared localizer approach at 1,200, runway 14, report established on localizer.
Left heading 175, cleared localizer approach.
In 33 minutes, we'll have gone almost 200 nautical miles, right? I think the issue is, so I'm loading, I should load, let me load it with vectors to final. That's the problem is, they're gonna vector us anyway. They didn't give us a transition waypoint. Let me do vectors and see how that changes it. It's not going to give it to us now, right? Yeah, there's no initial approach fix, so it's not. But we have the final approach fix altitude in there. Final approach fix altitude, yeah. No procedure term. Turn Delco 2400 down to catch the glide slope at Zebre. Yeah, I don't know why I can't get the top of descent, even though it has VNAV information in here. Is it because of this? That's X'd out. Let me remove this constraint again. Is it because it's having us do a reversal? Delco initial approach fix. So it's showing that because I chose vectors. And I can't choose Delco, right? So let's see. I think I just have to... Alright, I have to do the transition waypoint. And then if they're going to vector me, maybe I could just remove some of the waypoints. Yeah, this has the procedure turn put in there, but I don't think, like, it doesn't ever have me do the procedure turn. So if we don't do the procedure turn, 28 minutes. Yeah, Delta, you said, if you think you, I think if you take the second derivative of the flight plan, divide it by the square root of the airport ICAO code, it tells you when to descend. I need the calculator, man. The square root of the airport code. You have to convert the letters in the airport code using an ASCII table first, though, and multiply them together, and then take the square root of the result of that. But I think you're right. I do think that. I don't think you should take the bib transition. Yeah, that's going to be... Where is that anyway? Yeah, that's to the southwest. Yeah, so that's taking us all the way over here. And then it's doing a procedure turn. So they're having us... Like, I just need to go direct Delco. So I'm just going to get rid of a couple waypoints. And they're going to end up vectoring us. So at least now this will be more realistic to the path we're going to fly.
Report when ready for
Impel... And then, what is this before Delco? Why does it have us spinning around like that?
When ready for descent.
That's the airport again, that's why.
8686.
There, Impel to
Ready for descent.
Delco. This looks correct now. So now our VNAV descent should be, okay, 6 minutes. So that's what I was expecting. Yeah, I never know. I forget which plane it was in, but I deleted the en route waypoint for the destination airport. I can just jump out of this plane, I think, right? Goodbye, cruel world. I can't take this music anymore. Turn it up. Oh my god. I even sorted it in a different way. I'm trying to build a custom playlist using this service, this Epidemic Sound. Dude, I gotta rant a little bit. I gotta get off that song. I gotta rant a little bit more about Epidemic Sound. Complaining about it. So, as you guys know, we hear that song. We've heard that song so often because it only shuffles between like 20 or 30 songs, even though there's 1,000 songs in the playlist that I'll open. It's incredible they have 1,000 songs. Love it. I want to listen to it. I want to shuffle through 1,000 songs that are mostly decent. They're fine. But it only shuffles through like 30 of them, even though the playlist has 1,000 in it. So I emailed them about it, never heard back. That was like 3 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago. Never heard back. So then I noticed on the homepage that there's a way to shuffle similar tracks. So you can kind of make on the fly, generate a playlist. I was like, all right, this will work for me. They just took that feature away. Like literally, I just paid it for another month of it. I had canceled the account. Now I've restarted the account like yesterday. And then today I go to use it and they've removed that feature. So now I can't even do that. So
Descend in May 2000. November 4930 Sierra.
is Impel's the next waypoint, yep. I got Impel, Delco.
30 Sierra. Continue descent 2000.
Continue descent?
Altimeter 3010.
Continue descent 2300. November 4930 Sierra.
All right, we're just gonna descend with VNAV, I guess, or with vertical speed.
132.5 409 or
All right, that want me going down to 2300. All right, 2300. So if I want, let's see, 2300 is pretty much where we need to be by Zebre. We do have one before Zebre at Delco. Delco's got 2400 in there. So I'm just gonna put Delco. They said to go down to 2300. I'm just gonna do VNAV direct to Delco and then turn VNAV on. Did not like that. Let's try it again. Delco, VNAV direct. Interesting. For Velco, flight path angle 2.73. That's fine. Why? Oh, I'm in heading mode still. Whoops. Oh no, I'm cross track. 7 nautical miles off. Here we go again. I'm gonna run out of fuel. Just like we did that one time in the TBM. Oh no. That's probably why it's not giving me the... I wonder if the cross track is why it's not giving me VNAV actually. Let's get back over there. Oh, that's why you were confused. Yeah, I turned it to heading mode before I deleted that waypoint, so... when I was experimenting before. It's weird, my headphones are doing some weird thing where it's... I'm hearing my voice out of my right headphone only for some reason, and then it cuts back in. I don't know, I think maybe I'm breaking something. Hopefully it sounds okay on the stream. Oh, we have the same route. Kept seeing you off to my right. Yeah. I turned on heading mode and then didn't turn it back off. And I did direct to. I think I've been off to your right for a bit because I did direct to. I didn't fly the leg to our first waypoint, but yeah. Now that is why I'm off. Premium package parachute. Wait, there are no parachutes in this guy though, right? Yeah, we have no parachutes to save us in the HondaJet as far as I know. Does the HondaJet have like an auto land button somewhere though? The Vision Jet does. It has the take me home button. And kind of learning stuff right now about the VNav system. Like if our cross track is too high, it looks like maybe VNav isn't usable, which makes sense. Probably could have just done like a direct to fix it, but then I would be off the route again.
Vertical
Unlike
track.
the Cirrus, Honda makes a balanced glidable aircraft. No need for parachutes. Yep, there it is. There's vertical track now. So it looked like we had to get, was that like 2 miles or so? I didn't see exactly what it was at. It was probably like 2 to 3 miles cross track when it, once FMS mode re-engaged. So that's good to know. I don't think I've ever done that before where I've been off course like that and tried to use VNav. You had the best pillow fight of my life on a KC-135. What? What's a KC-135? Strato tanker? Whoa. Oh, that's right. Yeah. As soon as I'm going through the pictures, I see it refueling some kind of military jet. In-air refueling. All right, we're going 1,800 feet per minute. So I had it going at 2,000 and then I had it going at 15. So wasn't too far off. All right, we're almost back on course. All right, let's check the weather. They'll give it to us at some point anyway, but we can go ahead and check it in advance. Destination info weather. We got 3003. All right, and we're doing ILS 29er. All right, 15 minutes for our bottom of descent. All right, let's go over the approach. ILS into runway 29er at Coles County Memorial, KMTO, Illinois. We just picked up the numbers, so we're good on the ASOS.
Flight heading 1905.
That's somebody else.
Flight heading
We're heading to Delco first. First waypoint, and then Zebre.
863. Expect Bravo November
ILS minimum's
Alpha,
918.
ILS
Let's put
approach,
those in.
32. Report when ready for descent.
Expect Bravo November Alpha ILS approach.
Okay, I'm gonna go set our speed bugs once now, and then I'll set them once again once we're closer.
863 ready for descent.
All right, go around as climb to 1200, climbing right turn 2500, and then on the 178 radial of CMI.
Descend 5000 863.
CMI. Oh, it's on it's at a specific fix right here at our call. Is missed approach holding. But it's showing the radial that we used to get there, which is over in this direction. All right, then at Zebre, it says to expect the glide slope at 2,318 feet. but it shows us at 2400. All right, so minimums are set. 200 feet AGL. Cool. And let's make sure landing elevation is right. It says touch airport elevation 722. Landing field elevation is 763, so it's close enough, I guess. There's always some little discrepancy there. Nav frequency for the ILS 1111, and the identifier is IMTO. All right, 1111 is on nav 1 and 2. Let's turn on the bearings. Let's turn on number 1. Actually, I don't know if we need the bearings on here at all, because actually, I'm curious if I leave them off if we get that little dotted preview of the localizer needle, because it does automatically bring up the DME information on the left. So I'm wondering if we get all of that without having the bearings on. So we'll try that out. All right, 6 miles to Impel. Sounds like an RPG phrase, Impel. Max says, I was deployed to Curacao. They put airline seats in the C-141 for us. A lot more comfortable and faster than flying in a C-130. C-141.
Approach. Runway
Dude.
left. Report when ready for descent.
The Star Lifter? It's called the Star Lifter? This is great for me because you guys know so much about like aviation. And I don't know about any of these planes other than, you know, maybe seeing a picture of one from time to time and not knowing what I was looking at. Dude, that's insane. I should talk to a friend of mine who was in the Air Force. He was like a loadmaster in the Air Force. I haven't talked to him for a while. Our buddy Drew. Now that I've been simming for a bit, I can probably like shoot this shit a little bit with him. I know that sounds lame. I've been playing a video game on the internet, so I could talk to a guy that was in the Air Force. Oh yes. I'd actually wonder if he would. Does he have an Xbox?
Turn right heading 325.
Yeah, I should totally sim with him. This is also another reason why I would love shared cockpit. In Flight Sim 2024 is like, I would hit up somebody like him and be like, dude, let's do a shared cockpit flight together. These flights would be so confusing without Google. It's true. Dude, I'm always Googling things you guys are saying because half the time I'm like, I don't know what that plane is. I don't know what that plane is. Is there any weird audio glitching you guys hear on your end? Because when I'm talking, I'll like all of a sudden hear myself only out of one headphone, and it's really distracting. I don't know if that's just if that's a me problem. I just am trying another pair of headphones too, and suddenly having this issue. It's probably a me thing. All right, Delco, 63 nautical miles still, down to 2,400 by Delco. They gave us 2,300. So, I mean, this is just, I think it's just a discrepancy with FSHud and the procedure maybe. I don't know why I guess they're giving me 23 because the final approach fix is 2318. But technically at Delco, we're not supposed to go below 2,400. I guess after Delco we can go down. Anyway, it'll be fine. I'll set 2,300. Or I already have 2,300 set, so it'll level off at 24 for a little bit. No audio issues? Okay. Yeah, it's probably just my interface here glitching out or something. It was awesome to see and tour the Globemaster, the Super Galaxy. What is the Super Galaxy? Super Galaxy plane. Oh, the C5? The C5 Galaxy? This is insane. I don't think I've ever been close to any of these planes. Not as funny as guys who get on their A320 for vacation and say, hey, I fly these on FlightSim if you need help. Oh my god, dude. Have you ever heard anybody actually say that? Oh no, I'm sure that happens all the time. I landed this at such and such airport on my Xbox last night. If you need any help up here, let me know. That's like the guys in Discord that fly one of those and they're like, what's an altimeter? And you're like, dude, come on, man. Why did you pick the Airbus for your first simming experience? I've tried helping on the flight sim Discord here and there when people are like asking those questions. I feel like it just falls on deaf ears though. You know, it's hard to tell somebody to fly something small when they haven't simmed at all. I was like, dude, I was where you are not that long ago, just a few years ago. I had no idea what I was doing. But I think I had the like maybe maturity, I don't know if that's it, to know that I wasn't going to know how to fly the Airbus on day one. I'm still not flying it. The hardest plane for your first plane? What is the Mad Dog? The Mad Dog X Microsoft Flight Simulator? Oh, the MD-80. MD-83 and 88 expansion pack. The MD-80. Oh my god. Yeah, I haven't even looked at this plane. Yeah, that looks terrifying. I'm just looking at the video. I'm just looking at the video. This looks definitely terrifying. Yeah, no, this is too much. Crazy different from all the others. Look at those wipers go. Your uncle flew the Mad Dog for dude. I like how the one plane that gets named is the one that your apparent epic uncle flew after he was out of the military, and then what everybody says is the hardest plane to fly. And you're like, yep, that's what he flew, guys. Too many badasses and badasses with badass relatives in chat. I'm just gonna have to land this early. I can't hang with you guys. Alright, we're under. I gotta switch over off standard barrel. 3003. Yeah, my headphones are like glitching out. Can I see you? If you're near me. If you can see me, I can see you. Yes, I see you. I kind of see a little... I see your plane. It's like 1 pixel big, but I do see you behind me. Alright, 13,000 feet. Alright, so we're headed direct Delco, and it's going to be a slight left turn for final approach course at 296. We have the localizer tuned in. We're still at 270 knots on auto throttle because we're over 10,000 feet. Turn this, turn the music down a little bit. A stretched out DC-9. All right, 11,600. All right, here's our decel to get down to 250 for the speed restriction. This map zoomed in a little bit. So I don't see the bearing just yet. So I'm not sure if it works without the bearing turned on. Okay, we're just not. All right, I'm gonna leave it off. Just keep testing this. Let's get our heading bugs synced again. All right, here comes 10,000 feet. It's gonna turn our landing lights on automatically. I think the aircraft system pages in this thing are pretty awesome too. Like if I go home and then aircraft systems, like status, yeah, all these aircraft system pages are awesome. These are in the Cirrus as well. Similar ones. Landing light is still off though. Maybe it doesn't think we need it yet. Recognition and strobe are on, beacon is on, nav is on. But landing light off. Actually wonder if it's because of my switch. I don't think it is because of my switch, like overriding it. I think it's been doing the taxi and landing lights before. All right, 9,000 feet. And how far until Delco? 22 nautical miles still. So I'm gonna slow down to like 160 knots or so. Just when we turn final, when we turn on our final approach course, then I'll slow us to like 160 and just get fully configured. Or not totally. I'll slow us down, and then I'll wait for our glide slope to put our gear and flaps down, and then like 3 mile final to get our full flaps down. I feel like I could probably go like 170 or something up until the final approach fix. But we need to get this thing down to what, 150? 160. God, I keep thinking it's 150. This thing knows what you're doing before you do. I like how the lights come on when crossing runways. Yeah, I noticed that. I actually checked to see if that happened, Kevo. Yeah, as soon as you cross a runway, as soon as you're in the runway, in the bounds of the runway, it turns the landing light on. It's really cool. All right, so I have minimum set. We have the localizer frequency in there, 1111, 2906 for final approach course. Pressurization's going down. Landing field elevation is correct, close enough. And go around is climbed to 2,500. 250 knots. And we are 15 nautical miles from Delco. Good night, Delta. Nice to see you, dude. Happy landings. There will be one more landing, and then I'm going out and getting some tacos and a beer with the girl right after this because I'm hungry. I need some late night 9 p.m. tacos and beer. Hey everybody. That looks like uncomfortable posture. This is how I sit at my desk when I'm flight simming. This is much better posture. This I don't even know what this guy is doing still. How's his back posture? Yeah, there you go. Got that. I got that going on for sure. This guy has good posture as well. Look out over the nose. What, this camera? Asada? Oh, the tacos? I always go like Al Pastor whenever available. Al Pastor. I usually actually don't even go taco. I go burrito. I go Al Pastor burrito whenever given the opportunity. So good. Oh, you look over the nose with that posture. Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought you were like telling me to look over the nose like this. Yeah, but that's definitely the posture, yeah. You lean in, it's definitely gonna change the angle, like looking around a corner. All right, we're at almost 5 miles from Delco, and we'll make that left-hand turn. We should see ourselves show up. Oh, yep, right there. Left-hand turn. We should hear, actually, let's see if the bearing works now. Nope, no ILS yet. I do want to see if it gives it to us automatically here, though. All right, 250 knots. I think I'm going to slow us down to like 200. Let's go to manual speed. All right, cleared for the approach.
Runway 29. Report established on
We're going to go 200 knots as we get up to our turn to final here.
Cleared ILS approach at 2,300. Runway 29.
All right.
Report established on localizer.
Report established on localizer. There's 3,000 feet. We're down pretty early here with the VNAV, it feels like, but no, actually this is right. This is 2,400 at Delco, or after Delco. Yeah, it's showing us at 2,400 here until we get to the glide slope. So I think we're good. All right, so we need to report established on localizer. So we're making our left-hand turn now. Are our landing lights on yet? Not quite. Cabin pressure's at 600 feet. All right, it's capturing 2,300 feet. Got a nice 13-knot wind from the... Oh, there it goes. It just switched automatically. All right. IMTO, that's the correct identifier. You see that right here. And now that we're turned on to final, I'm going to arm approach mode. Let's try that a second time, third time. Hello, approach mode? Approach mode? Approach mode does not want to arm on the autopilot. Let's try it again. Nope. No. Oh, it says no glide slope. That's why. Huh. No GS. We're just too far out, I guess. We're 11 miles from the FAF, so... Alright, we'll wait till we get closer. Alright, let's set our heading selected altitude. It's weird, I don't know how many times I've ever seen it say no GS. I guess it just depends how far out from the FAF you are. But we are pretty far out. We're now 10 miles. Okay, now we have the GS. Alright, now we have GS indicated. GS is armed. Altimeter says 3003. They didn't give it to us, so let me just double check if that has changed. Just to make sure we're at the right elevation to intercept it here. It is still 3003. Alright, 8 miles from the FAF. I'm gonna wait till I'm like 6 miles from the FAF, and then I'll slow us down to 150. Then we'll get our gear and our first notch out right before we intercept the glide slope. And let me check. Let me reset our speed bugs here, recalculate them. Okay, we're good. 110 approach, 105 is VREF. And let's get our flight plan screen up. So let's get our proc screen up in case I need to activate the mist. Actually, I would hit suspend. I guess it matters when it happens. I'm used to just hitting the suspend button here. But I do want to see when this activate mist approach gets is able to be used. I actually don't know that. All right, 5.3 miles from the FAF. All right, I'm gonna start slowing us down now. Let's go down to 150. All right, 150 on the auto throttle. Oh, I see you, Big Mac, right behind me. You're gonna overtake us, aren't you? I see Bella behind you at 3,600, 3,700, and based. If I get down first, then and if I can exit fast enough, then I'll be, Oh, you're empty? Okay. Yeah, I don't know yet what speeds to go at what time exactly. But I know that I want to be able to get, obviously, my gear and flaps down, like, right when I get over the FAF. So So I can do that at 150. I think I'm supposed to get down to more like 140.
November 4930 Sierra, established on localizer.
All right, on the localizer.
November.
Have I eaten at Pink's? No. No, I don't think I ever have. I've heard of it so many times and I've never had it. Dude, I love hot dogs too.
November 4930 Sierra.
I had the one time I went to Chicago in my life, I had a Chicago hot dog and I absolutely hated it. I thought it was the worst hot dog I've ever had in my life. I'm used to like New York City hot dogs, just like ketchup, mustard, and the bun, and like a snappy skin on the hot dog. Like that's good enough for me.
Cleared to land 29 November 4930.
I heard it's really good. It's on North La Brea and Melrose. I have heard of it so many times, but never had it. All right, here comes the glide slope. All right, there's glide slope. We get the gear down and flaps down. See, our go around's climbing right turn 2500, so I'll set that. All right, there's 2500.
2000.
Sync that. All right, let's get us down to our approach speed 110. All right, 110, and we are 4 miles out. I'll wait for 3 miles, then I'll do full flaps. Winds, we got 10 from the left so far. 10 from the left, 4 from the front. So we are crabbed a little bit to the left so far. And minimums we have in, minimums are 918. So we got about 900 to go. Almost at 1,000. AGL. All right, that's 1,000. All right, full flaps. We are way up above the glide slope. All right, I'm disconnecting autopilot. Auto throttle's off. I'm pulling our speed way back to catch up to the glide slope. It was way under us.
Contact approach 121.35.
121.35 4081.
All right, back on glide slope. Just gonna hand fly this guy.
500.
And we're below glide slope now.
400. 300.
A little slow.
Minimums. $100. 50. 30. 10.
Landing time log.
Oh, that was smooth. I need to hold the nose up a little longer though. The front wheel kind of smashed. Man, it's so bright here. What's going on with this runway brightness? Yeah, why is it so bright? Look at this pavement or whatever. It's like blinding. This is crazy. All right, let me see if I can... Whoa, where is my camera? Don't know where my camera's at. Let me reset it. Oh, wow. It was... Oh. What? Wait, what? My parking brake was on. What? What was that? What just happened? I think the drone camera was stuck at the last airport or something still. And when I hit reset, it moved so fast that it exploded the plane. But I had stopped and put my parking brake on. To clip it. Oh, I want to get back in. I don't even know if I can do it fast enough to see you guys land. I don't know what just happened, but the drone camera was off in the middle of nowhere, so I went up to the top menu and hit reset. I thought I didn't... What? I think I lost my on-air flight. Flight aborted due to aircraft crashing. Yeah, you can record replays, Mac, yeah, and do replays of your landing, yes. Later, have fun. Oh man, that was so lame. Let me see if I can get in there to see, Man, why is it so bright on the ground, too? That was so weird. Spontaneous combustion. No credits for me. Yep, I just lost them. They're just gone. That was so weird. OnAir did count it as a crash, yeah. If we don't get a video at the end of the year with a montage of all the bloopers, I'm gonna be sad. Oh man. That's pretty hard to find unless you do it in the moment. Yeah, like I don't have like a log of all the mess ups. I would have to go through like every stream and figure it out. I guess maybe it could potentially do through comments and stuff, but yeah, I don't have like clips or anything like that. I only took the one clip of me when I realized on stream that I was drinking a non-alcoholic beer. That's like the only clip I've ever made, I think. Well, that was a bummer. Man, the ground is so bright. Okay, base is here. Okay, I see Bella. Oh, Bella's coming in right now. That's good timing. All right, I can still get over there. And I don't know how far out base is, but dude, is it just because of the clear skies? Like, this runway texture is so bright. Maybe I should get rid of the add-on that I have for the runway textures. Just kind of crazy. Bella's coming in hot. Oof. Oh. That looks like a pretty hard landing. What plane is that? Wait, is that the Mooney or something? You're still a ways out. And you're not the type of person that's gonna hold me from my tacos, right? Based. Looks the same for you, don't have any add-ons. Okay. I get a look at Big Mac's livery again here. See if it loaded in the same one. Because I only have FSLTL. Oh yeah, it loaded a different livery, I think. I'm guessing this is... I don't know if this is the livery you have on or not, but I only have FSLTL. And then I have some packs. I mean, I don't think I have the Phoenix installed. So it's just showing a generic... the base 320, I would assume. Looks the same for you. No, different livery. Oh, stock Phoenix livery. Okay. Or it says Phoenix on the side. Is this just the Bonanza? This might just be the Bonanza that Bella's in. You immortalized my first Vision Jet landing. Dude, that looked good to me. It's always weird watching landings though, because you don't see the landing gear come out until they're at like 5 AGL, and then all of a sudden you have landing gear. I'm back on the ground with my GPU card as if nothing went wrong. Looks like Looks like I found you in time with all your flight emergencies. I have all my airport firefighting certificates. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna need your help. Man, oh, that's such a bummer because I wanted to see my landing rate on that. I think that was a much better landing than my last one, even with a slight crosswind. Have to do the flight again. I'm just like renting. I actually did a freelance employee, so I don't really need to do it again. It wasn't like my main employee character or whatever, and I just rented the plane briefly, so it'll be fine. It's no big deal. As far as OnAir company goes. And you know, with a HondaJet, you just like take off, hit autopilot, go to bed, wake up, do the landing. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna sit and wait for based, but at least I caught Bella's landing. I didn't catch Big Mac's, unfortunately, and that's a first, I think, with the crash from the OnAir company crash being caused by moving the drone camera. That was a first. All right, I'm gonna go get the latest dinner ever. It's 8:45 here in California. I'm gonna go get a beer. I'm just craving a beer and some tacos right now, so I'm gonna go do that. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thursday will be, I'm trying this Tuesday, Thursday, and weekends schedule, so far it's going pretty good. And as far as the next video I'm working on, I did work a little bit on a G1000 video. I'm trying to make like a G1000 for newbies, but not going through everything, just going through like visual approaches and how to go from any airport to any other airport using like the autopilot and the visual approach feature. I did a couple rough cuts of it and I just kept messing things up and overcomplicating things, so I'm gonna keep doing that. On Thursday, it'll be right after I get off work, so 5:30. I've been doing them Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 Pacific. 5:30 p.m. California time. And then on the weekends, I try to get going earlier. It really matters when I wake up, but I try to get on the weekends a little earlier so people in the EU and stuff can hang out. So that'll be, yeah, on the weekends, I try to get going at before noon California time. But yeah, I'll be back on Thursday right after work at 5:30. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. Probably do VATSIM with the HondaJet on Thursday. And then on the weekend, we can do the group flight on Saturday. All right, guys. Yep, taco time. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see y'all. Big Mac, thanks for flying along. And Base, thanks for flying along. And Bella, thanks for flying along. I'll see you guys on Thursday. And yeah, until then, have a good one. Have a good night. Oh, you're in the F-14, Bella. Okay, I'll take a look at the F-14. If you're going to keep flying along and it's not too expensive, then I'll have to grab it so we can see you in your element in the F-14. F-14 Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh no, it's on Just Flight. This is going to be like $80. Okay, it's $35. Ooh, I might have to wait on that one. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.